right, let's go. Let's do this thing. Let's talk about extra joys. Yay, that's what we're calling it. We haven't done one in a while, and don't expect us to do another one anytime soon. But every year, we talk about the year in gaming. It's our end of the year podcast. We do it every year. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about everything that happened that we personally played. Obviously, we're not going to talk about shit that we didn't play. I guess, as per normal, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Matt. This is Ricky.
I'm not Matt.
Yeah. Kyle.
Yes.
Josh.
I'm also Josh.
Jess.
What's up?
And Don.
Hello.
Phil was supposed to be here, but
Yeah,
somebody fucked that up.
Yeah, I misinformed Phil what time it would be at, and I feel incredibly terrible about it. I should have double checked. Like, hey, this is the time that we're gonna be doing this thing, and I didn't. So I was very careless of me. So sorry, Phil, if you're listening.
Sorry, Phil. Let's just edit in like clips of Phil from like other parts. Like,
Yeah.
Ricky's gonna be talking about like Batman, and Phil's just gonna be like, "You're a loose cannon, Ricky." Anyway, how this is gonna work, we're just gonna go through the year like month by month and talk about the games that came out that month that we played. Starting
That
with
are important to us.
Yes, starting with January, and the only game we have on our list for January is Final Hallway Lightning 2. I'm sorry, Final Fantasy 13 2, and I'm pretty sure Josh is the only person that played that game. So, Josh, go ahead and talk about this piece of shit.
I don't know. You seem to be pretty opinionated on the matter.
I'm just an asshole.
Can it be both?
Yes.
Everything about the game is just kind of ass. It's the only thing that's better than Final Fantasy 13 is the battle system, and it's only slightly better. I liked Final Fantasy 13. Just throwing that out there.
The
To
battle
tell
system
you.
seems like kind of a major thing. Like, I would think if that would be better than. Like,
Yeah, but it's not too much better, and the battle system in 13 wasn't that great to begin with.
I see.
And just coupling that with the terrible like story. All right, basically they start you off with lightning, fully decked out and stuff. So
Woo!
you're gonna be like, "Oh,
Oh,
I'm playing as lightning. That's cool."
It's an actual
It's a
continuation.
sequel. And then nope, they screw you over, give you some guy named Noel and Lightning's
Noel.
sister.
Noel.
Yeah.
Oh, Lightning's sister. I've always
Yeah,
wanted to hear the
Sarah.
story of Lightning's sister.
Yeah, who is
Yeah.
not a crystal in this game.
Her name's Thunder, right?
It's it's Sarah with an E.
Lightning Cloud OTP.
Anyway, carry on.
That's pretty much it. I got to see Snow, and then I fucking quit.
You didn't even
because
beat
was
it?
bullshit. No! Why would you beat it?
Well, hold on. That's a good point. But I explain to the viewers why the battle system was better.
I want to hear, as somebody who liked the first game, why
Alright,
didn't you like
well-
the second game? I guess that's a completely different thing. So,
Talk about mine first.
It's been months, but I feel like it was fleshed out a little more. Like it was easier to get techniques and stuff like that. It was. I'm trying to remember now, because, like I said,
alright, you didn't like it.
it did out. Yeah, I hated it.
Yeah.
I feel I should also mention that Sarah's weapon is a Moogle.
Cool.
Like a Moogle that turns into a sword or a bow and arrow.
That's less cool.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
It's but don't get it.
The Final Fantasy 13 games are very controversial, and apparently the sequel is no better. But that's okay, because next year we'll get to play the third one.
Yeah.
Returns.
Yeah.
This is a shitty game.
It at least
To GameStop.
looks better than the second one. Maybe.
I'm going to go ahead and assume it's not, sorry.
It's probably not gonna be, but All right, I think we should move on.
All right.
We've devoted too much time to Final Fantasy 13 to
More than it
Oh.
deserves.
Obviously that was the only one for January. So next we're going on to February, which had a couple games that we're going to talk about. Let's talk about Rhythm Heaven Fever
Yeah,
for the
Fever.
Wii. I didn't play it.
Well, you missed out, my friend. Let me tell you. It is fun as fun can be. I don't
fun
know.
on the bun.
It's super fun. It's first of all, I love all three Rhythm Heaven. Ooh, good hiccups. Good time to get those. I love all three of the Rhythm Heaven games. I even played, the Game Boy Advance one, which was Japan only. But they're all fantastic. I feel like this one was probably my new favorite. I think it was definitely better than the DS one, which was great too, but the flicking was kind of annoying. But this one, it's just like, if you like rhythm games, if you like silly WarioWare-ish, Japanese stuff happening, if you like really charming art and characters, if you like fun, play Rhythm Heaven Fever. It's really good.
I believe that game came out discounted, right?
Yeah, it
Like
was
I
it
think
was
so.
$30, and I think it's
30,
like 20
30.
now.
Yeah. So
It's definitely
Yeah.
worth that. So
If it's even still in stores, I don't know if I've seen it since. The only thing I know of that game is that the Wubba Dubba Dub, is that true?
oh yeah.
There you go, big guy.
That became a huge meme. Also, aren't the
amazing.
Rhythm Heaven games developed by the same team that does
Yes.
WarioWare?
Yes.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
That explains
It's
everything.
almost like I brought it up on purpose.
No,
Oh my god.
crazy.
But yeah, definitely check that one out if you have not.
I wanted to, but I
Um,
never got a hold of it.
Did you mention
wanted
that
to.
it has like co-op minigames?
Yeah, they're neat, but
Yeah.
it's more fun as a single player game. Even if you're just watching someone else play, I would say that's still fun.
I thought it was fun, but they didn't flesh it out enough. I felt like
Yeah,
they could have
there's-
turned
they're
every
cute.
minigame into a 2-player minigame, but then they just only did select you, and you had to unlock it first by yourself.
Yeah.
So
missed opportunity, but still a great single player game.
Okay.
Definitely.
Let's see, what else can we talk about in February? Twisted Metal came out. I'm the only person that played that one.
I think so.
I love the Twisted Metal series, even though half the games are ass. I would argue that Twisted Metal 3 is one of the worst games ever made by people. But
Whoa! Shots were fired.
that game's fucking terrible. But they did a reboot this year. David Jaffe, the man who created the series as well as the God of War series, was behind it, and he's like the chillest motherfucker on the face of the planet. I love that guy. And they really tried to take the series in a new direction. As somebody who played Twisted Metal 2 a lot throughout my years, the controls are way different. Mostly just because it has analog controls, but also just the way you use weapons and everything is different. And the game, they made it so that it's only about 3 different characters rather than a bunch of different characters, which I guess is fine because in Twisted Metal it's about the cars anyway. The characters are just avatars.
Yeah, you pretty much play as the car.
Yeah, the characters are irrelevant. The story mode has really ridiculous, over-the-top live-action cutscenes, which are hilarious because there's a dude with a sweet tooth mask on in the cutscenes, and it's really funny.
Is that right?
Yes, they're ridiculous and they're super violent and swearing all the time, and it's weird. I think it's really fun. I like it a lot. I don't know if I like it better than Twisted Metal 2, but I have such nostalgia goggles for that. They really wanted it to be something big. They wanted it to be a huge online experience. I remember when it was coming out, I watched IGN stream it for 2 hours, and they were I only watched it because they were giving away copies of the game and I wanted to win it. And they were talking about how it would be super cool online, and there were people playing it online at the time, and now the online community's dead. Nobody's playing that game anymore.
Sure.
And it's a shame because it is a lot of fun. It's very hectic, it's not really like anything that's out right now. How many car combat games are out there? I mean, all the shooting games are just shooting games, and all the racing games are just racing games. This is a game where you drive around and shoot the shit out of other cars with ice cream trucks that turn into robots.
Nice.
Yeah, I really liked Twisted Metal. It was a good game, and I think it was overlooked just because I don't know why. I guess nobody cares about Twisted Metal anymore.
Nope.
Well, they keep making games, so.
Yeah. Well.
Speaking of things that no one cares about.
Oh yeah, the Vita came out that month.
What? Who?
Yeah.
What's a Vita?
Yeah. Who cares? Anyway. Kingdoms of Amular Reckoning. I don't know what that is.
What?
I would talk to you about it, but apparently I'm lagging right now.
Oh, you're lagging.
Do I sound okay?
You sound okay for me.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay.
Just talk about
We
it.
can talk.
Anyway,
We can talk about the Vita a little bit because it's like it makes us sound, like we're Nintendo heads if we just, leave it at, oh my god, no one cares. I mean, even though that's probably the case, but
I think people who aren't even Nintendo heads don't care about the Vita.
Yeah, that's the problem. Nobody cares about the Vita.
If it were
Not
only
even Sony does.
if it were only diehard Nintendo fans that didn't buy a Vita, then it would be in much better shape than it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But let's Kyle, you're in retail. How's the Vita doing?
not good.
Yup.
I'm telling you, I hardly ever have to go anywhere near the Vita case for games or the systems themselves when I'm constantly after DS and 3DS games, have to constantly explain the difference between the two.
How much does a Vita cost again?
I don't even remember.
Too much. It needs a
It's-
price drop.
It's like I've only got it in bundles.
Mm.
The Vita is it's in bad shape. It didn't have a very good launch, and it didn't have. It's just
The thing is, it has no games.
Yeah,
everything it has
Yeah.
is also available on the PS3, and no one's gonna get like. That's the big thing they're pushing is that you can play your games on the go, but
but who cares when you have?
Why do it when you have a PS3
Yeah, I'm
already?
not gonna go out and
Right.
buy the PlayStation Vita just because my copy of PlayStation All Stars came with a Vita copy. Like, I'm not gonna rush out and buy one. I've already got it for the PlayStation 3. What
Mhm.
reason do I have to go buy the Vita? The Vita really needs its own hardware. It's like I can only think of like 2 games. That
right,
relate
it
to
need like it's got Gravity Rush and
and an Uncharted game. Oh, and Uncarded.
Oh,
It has
right, the
Uncarded.
card game, the best Uncharted game.
like what they need
Uncarded.
is something that's like equivalent to Pokemon, whereas like the Pokemon franchise has been a DS series and it has games available on the Wii and other systems, but those are all technically spin-offs.
You mean it needs Monster Hunter?
Hmm.
That's what it needs, really.
It needs Monster Hunter, and they lost it to Nintendo. The 3DS got Monster Hunter, and it's outselling the Vita 42-1. That's the latest statistics.
Like
So-
case in point is that it needs exclusive titles that make me want that I need to get a Vita for, and titles that it makes me want to play.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
what
The
sucks
PSP
is
didn't even have
eventually
that.
there's going to be a Kingdom Hearts game for it, and then we're all going to be screwed.
Yeah.
We're all gonna have to
say,
buy it.
That's the only reason I would buy one.
Yeah, it's
right
my-
now, at least.
That's why I'm gonna end up with a piece of shit.
Let me
It's
look at
gonna
it
happen.
from another angle. The Skylanders are available on every system, including the 3DS, but not the Vita. It's available on mobile devices.
And not the Vita.
That's,
So-
that's bad.
That's that. Okay, now we can move on.
Well,
Now I'm satisfied.
we were gonna talk about that Kingdoms of Amular game, but
Yeah, guess
Don
who's
dropped.
not here anymore?
yeah, Don dropped. So moving on to March. I guess he's the only one who played that game. I don't even know what it is.
Me neither.
March had Kid Icarus Uprising.
Which is still
a
my
big
favorite
one.
game of the year.
That
Yeah.
game's great, and you should listen to our podcast that we already did all about that game. So
Yeah, we already talked about Kid Icarus a lot, in depth.
A lot.
yes,
And-
it's a great game. Probably most of our game of the year, I would guess.
That's only because we didn't play Halo and Call of Duty.
No,
Madden.
that's not why.
Madden.
Madden. When did that come out? Let's talk about Madden.
All right.
August.
Oh, Josh knows about the Maddens. He knows when they were released.
Exactly.
Anyway, we're not going to devote any time to Kid Icarus because we already talked about it. We still play it sometimes.
Oh,
I don't.
yeah.
I've been playing it until I just bought a new game, so because I needed to get a little bit of variety in there. But anyways, yes.
So yeah,
Don,
great game.
There's that.
Don, are you done lagging? I'll take
All
that
right.
as no.
Guess not.
Good.
All
to
right. Let's see what else
Moving
we have
on.
on this list.
Next
Mass
up.
Effect 3. Nobody played that. Nobody here, anyway.
But it came out this year and had a very controversial ending.
Yes.
Yeah, wasn't it like the worst ending or something?
It was
Everybody-
apparently terrible, and everybody hated it.
Lost their shit. I don't know what happened, but I would be willing to guess that things were a little bit overstated. But anyway,
Well, it also pissed a lot of
Oh, I
people off
wonder.
because they released a bunch of like DLC that
Yeah.
supposedly like added on to the ending, like answered some questions that
Well-
were left hanging, and it's like that's bad.
well, they
like-
they tried their best. They like released all this like new stuff, like DLC, yeah. But I thought they were like new, like expansion pack type things almost, where they like tried to rectify their quote unquote mistake.
That's exactly what they did, and it
Like I said before, game developers need to stop relying on DLC and updates to fix
To make a complete game.
Yeah, when a game comes out, it should be done. DLC should be, bonus content.
It should be extra joy for your games.
See what we did there?
yeah. Oh, since we're talking about DLC, let's talk about another game that came out in March.
Oh,
Street Fighter Cross Tekken. How about that one?
Yeah.
No.
DLC the game.
Yeah.
No, that's still Skylanders, but
That Street Fighter Cross Tekken, that was the game that, like, for most people, it finally was the straw that broke camel's back. It was like, Capcom, we're not going to put up with your bullshit anymore. Or
Yeah.
what was it, like 20 characters
12.
on the disc?
It was
12? 12 was like 20.
Jeez, yeah, it's almost there. It's just 8 off.
That's just outrageous that they... I mean, they said, well, it's to make sure that the game is compatible between people who choose not to buy the DLC. And
Mhm.
eat a dick, is what I say to that.
Yeah, 12. As gamers tend to do, they hacked the code and hacked the games and found 12 complete characters on the disc that they were planning to release as DLC. And Capcom couldn't really get themselves out of that hole that they dug for themselves. They
themselves?
tried. Oh,
Oh,
believe me,
but
they
that
tried.
Wasn't their only dick move in that game. There's a certain somebody who missed out on Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, a certain somebody who had all his games cancelled, a certain somebody who deserves better than an obese blue and yellow bad box
Mega Man!
rendition.
Bad Box Art Mega Man was playable in the game, and Mega Man fans across the world gave up.
I'm not really even that big of a fan of Mega Man, and I cringed when I saw that.
You were offended?
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't even... It's Street Fighter Cross Tekken, so I wasn't even expecting Mega Man to be in it. So I wouldn't have cared if he wasn't. And then when they were like, oh, he's in it, but it's the one that nobody on the planet wanted, that's just spit in the face.
There's no game of this. Everyone knows the story behind Bad Box Art Mega Man, and the fact that there's just no... It's inexcusable. It's clearly done to jab at the whole series.
Well, it would have been funny if it was like an unlockable costume or something for regular
course,
Mega Man.
yeah.
Like,
Okay, then, yeah, sure.
Mega Man fans have a good enough sense of humor to know that Bad Box Art Mega Man is funny.
Yeah,
it
well,
is
see,
funny.
I'll tell you what's funny. The fake box arts they did for Mega Man 9 and 10 that are like super off-model and just terrible NES cheese. That's funny because everybody's in on the joke and the actual game is legit. It's Mega Man the way you expect him. Those are just funny little bonuses, but putting that version of Mega Man in the game as your Mega Man is just a shit move.
Especially after 2 years without any like word of Mega Man. All the games that, like Ricky said, were canceled. Mega Man hadn't done anything for 2 years, and this was the first we seen him in a while. And it wasn't Mega Man. some fat guy
It's not cool, Capcom.
that they called Mega Man.
It's not cool.
Capcom is like the worst company on earth for it. So,
Mhm.
not just for that, but this whole game. We should just go out of our way to mention that nobody likes this game at all. Period. Ever. Nobody likes it. Nobody plays it anymore. Even at Evo, they only devoted like an hour to it.
Yeah,
And that's like a
sure.
4-day gaming convention.
I'm not sure how that happened so quickly because I remember there was a lot of buzz about it when it came out. But I guess, like I said, that was just enough for everybody where they were like, "I'm done with you, Capcom. I'm done."
I'm
with
leaving you,
Monster
Bubsy.
Hunter. Except for Monster Hunter. Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
they've got a new Ace Attorney game coming out eventually.
Eventually.
It's the turn.
Eventually. Eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah, fuck you, Capcom. We're sick of your shit.
Sick of
Eat a
it.
dick.
Yeah, eat a dick.
Moving on.
Yeah. Journey, but Don's not here. He wanted to talk about Journey. He didn't play it. I guess April. We'll talk about April. That was Xenoblade Chronicles. That's a big deal.
I wish Don was fucking here. God. I mean, it's not his fault, but this is we're falling apart at the seams here.
Yep, sure did tell him. I told him to try it on his phone, so we'll see. But anyway,
He's
the
popped
Xenoblade?
in about 4 or 5 times. Yeah, so Xenoblade. I played it. It was really good. But I didn't beat it because let me start from the beginning. I was gonna do a review of it for our blog. I do those, by the way.
we have a blog, by the way.
Yeah.
Exclusive
We don't
content
even
on the
we,
blog.
we don't even really know that we have a blog.
Yeah, but I never beat the game because of stuff. Let me start from the beginning.
I have it too.
Falling apart at the seams.
It's really good. It's sort of it plays a lot like World of Warcraft. Like you have mostly cooldowns, and there's all these fucking quests, and there's all these like enemies everywhere that are like way too tough for you to take down. But I really like that. You know, they let you they just drop you in this world and let you find your own limits as you go. You know, and not a lot of games nowadays are willing to do that. So that was cool. I like that a lot. You know, it's fun getting just mercilessly annihilated by giant slugs. But so like that was really cool. I was really into it. You know, it's got this interesting little like one thing they did that I thought was really cool was like the main character She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
The
What a
main
bunch
character
of jokers.
Yeah, the main character Shulk has this like special sword that only he can use, and it lets him see into the future like by just like a minute or so. And they that's part of the plot of the game, but they actually work that into the gameplay, which I thought was really cool. You know, sometimes in the middle of a battle, he'll have like a vision of him or one of his like party members dying, and like you have like 10 or 15 seconds to stop it from happening. And what's really cool about that is they don't necessarily tell you how to do that. You know, you have to sort of figure out yourself. Like, should I put up a shield? Should I run away? Should I should I try to kill that thing before it does the attack? So it's really cool trying to like fight fate, which is a theme of the game. You know, that's integrated with the gameplay. That's some good stuff. I like that a lot. But the reason I stopped playing was I got to this part where you have to like there's these enemies that inflict these status ailments on you, and they give you both the one that keeps you from moving and the one that shuts off all your attacks. So they literally just like not literally, they figuratively like chop off your arms and legs so that you just can't do anything to defend yourself, and they just myrtleize you. And I couldn't. There was nothing I could do. I'm sure there's some easy solution, like equip the right armor to become immune to these status effects, or learn this skill or something. But I just didn't care enough to find out, so I just stopped playing.
I stopped playing because it was annoying.
The voice
I don't know,
acting
I did-
is pretty grating.
I didn't really enjoy it all that much for like the 5 or so hours I played.
I put a lot of time into it. I put like 25 hours into it, but I just it wasn't for me. I will say, if you are a Wii owner and you are starving for some RPG, some action RPG sort of fare, I would definitely recommend it. I'm sure many of you have probably played it already because it sold pretty well. But it's a neat little game. It just wasn't for me. It's a neat
I agree.
big game, I should say. It's very big. The world is huge, so that's cool.
It's just a big deal that it came out at all.
Yeah, that's.
In America.
I played it just for that, just to like, on principle, you know.
That's why I got it.
So
Gotta show Nintendo that, we do care. Not that I played it, but I mean, 2 people on the call care.
Yeah.
I think Don played it too. But,
so anyway,
there's no Don. What's a Don? I don't know what a Don is.
that was pretty much April.
Yeah, I don't know what else happened in April. I'm sure something did. I just don't.
That's all we
Anything.
care to talk about.
Yeah.
So what came out in May?
Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2 came out in May.
Oh hey,
Yeah, I played that. That's a game. I'm gonna do a review of that, so I'm not gonna dive too deep into it here. But if you played Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1 and didn't like it, I'm not gonna say you're gonna like Episode 2, but it is better. The physics are better. Tails is fun. The stages I think are better designed, and it's just a better game. I think Episode 2 is pretty good, all things considered. There are problems with it. The physics, while better, aren't as good as Sonic Generations, which I think is stupid because Generations came out before, so they should have just like copied.
Fix it? Yeah.
Well, they should have just
No kidding.
copied like that engine, like just verbatim.
yeah.
I don't know why they didn't. Instead, they just made a new engine completely, and it's like, okay, sure.
I mean,
Hey, I
it's
hate
great
to
that they-
interrupt,
Oh.
but I
Look who's
think
back.
I'm okay now.
Oh, good.
Hey, Don.
Well, let me finish what I'm saying, and then we
Yeah.
can talk about some of the stuff you missed.
Sure.
Anyway, another thing that I have a big problem with in that game are the bosses. Not that they're bad, they just last for fucking ever. In the old Sonic games, all the bosses were very simple, and these games were trying to be like the old Sonic games, and I think Episode 4 did a pretty good job with that. But this game, every boss is a multi-phase boss, and that's not right. They last forever, and it annoys me to all hell. Like, you'll breeze through the first stage like relatively quickly because it's the first stage. You're gonna beat each act in like 2 minutes. Like, that's fine. But then you're gonna get to the boss and you're gonna spend a good 5-6 minutes on it, and that's wrong. I don't like that. I know everybody gets on my case about not liking long stages in Sonic games. Well, fuck them. Sonic stages shouldn't be long, and the bosses shouldn't be either. So, yeah, Episode 2 is fun. If you can get it on the cheap, I would recommend it. But it's not the best Sonic game in the world. But it's a step in the right direction. I mean, I just wish it was more like Generations. Anyway, Don's back. Let's go back to some of the stuff that he wanted to talk about. You want to talk about Kingdoms of Amular since we skipped that completely?
Amalur, I don't even know how to say it myself. That game is pretty neat. Unfortunately, it has like a terrible sort of background story to it. Like the developers like used money that they didn't actually have, and so like they couldn't pay the company, like their workers or whatever.
Mhm.
And so they just like don't exist anymore.
What is
This was like a new company that they made for this like thing, the series that it was going to be a series. It was going to be like this huge next thing kind of thing, you know? Like they were going to make an MMO as well. I forget his name. Something McFarland. He makes toys.
Seth MacFarlane?
No,
No, Mike.
no.
Not Seth. Fucking. That's not who I meant. The Spawn guy. Is that who?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's him.
What is it? Mike McFarlane?
I don't.
know.
I know. It's
Todd
McFarlane.
Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry,
Yeah,
we're
it's
all
that's-
terrible.
Let's just both remember it immediately at the same time. Good job.
Yes. Well, like that was what I meant at the beginning, but I had fucking Seth in my head. That fucking guy. Anyway, sorry.
That guy, he helped out with a lot of the. I think he was art director. And they also got this like big name, writer of like a bunch of books. I think his name was R.A. Salvatore, I believe.
Oh, that guy is fucking huge. He worked on Amalur.
Yeah,
I don't
Wow.
even know what this game is.
R.A. Salvatore is like a really famous, like.
No, not him. I don't know what the game is.
Yes. Okay, I can't say things. All right, thanks.
No, go ahead.
He's like a really famous author dude.
Yeah. So they got him, and they got Todd McFarlane, and like
That's huge. I
yeah,
had no idea.
these are huge people, and they were doing this like really, really ambitious thing, and that game is going to be the only game of that series or whatever.
Fucking
It's-
Grant Kirkhope did the musical score. I'm buying that game. Musical score, not a musical store. That would be cool, but that's not what I said.
What has that guy worked on?
Grant Kirkhope composed Banjo Kazooie and Donkey Kong
Oh.
64.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh whoa, man! Like all-star team right there.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
what
that's
a,
some really big names on that game. I'm surprised I haven't heard of it or like even know what it is.
I had heard of it, but I didn't know any of this about it. So now I have to go look into it because that sounds pretty badass.
Well,
But anyway.
don't get too attached because apparently we're never seeing it again.
Yeah, exactly. But it was really interesting. Like I said, it was really ambitious. It sort of had like it was a mix of God of War and Skyrim, I want to say. So it was like an action RPG, and you like create your own character, and you're like sort of thrown into this world, and where like everybody is like it's predetermined what they're supposed to do or something like that. Like they have their own fate or whatever, but you don't, and it's like it's crazy.
It's crazy, Jesus.
Yeah, like everyone's like looking at you like, whoa, like what the, why, you know?
Sure.
But the gameplay is actually pretty good, and the story is actually pretty good. It looks pretty nice. The music is pretty good as well. I definitely recommend checking it out. But like Matt said, don't get too attached because there's never going to be a sequel.
Well,
It's,
some games
unfortunate
don't
case.
need one, you know, unless it ends on like a giant cliffhanger.
Well, I feel
I-
with how ambitious they were getting with it, they probably intended for it to become a franchise.
Yeah,
Probably.
they definitely wanted it to.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
Anyway, we also skipped Journey, if you want to talk about that.
Dude, I literally played that game just yesterday. It's literally like an hour long, but it was what an experience.
You beat it already?
Yeah, it's only an hour long, dude.
Oh, I
It
guess
got
I should.
like
I guess I
a
should download
huge
it.
amount of attention.
Yeah, it was IGN's Game of the Year. Like
Damn.
overall
It was the-
Game of the Year.
That's
Like, didn't it win PS3 Game of the Year even at the Spike Awards?
Maybe. Who cares?
Well, still,
Which
that's
is
a
why
big,
I think it's a big deal.
yeah, that is a big deal because like they're
It's an
they
indie
have-
game.
Yeah,
I wouldn't really say indie. I mean, it's more indie than
It's too popular to be indie.
Call of
it's
Duty.
more indie than it is
Mainstream.
mainstream. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. I mean,
but it's really beautiful. Like I went into that game thinking it was a game, but not really. It was more like it's like a movie without any dialogue. I want to say it reminded me of Wall-E in a way.
Nice. That's
Yeah, exactly.
That's a pretty high endorsement.
It's just like it was really beautiful, and like in this game, like I don't know if you guys already know, but
You have
you'll
like a partner.
randomly have companions join your game, and like they don't have a name, they can't talk to you, they could just like make noises, which like activate stuff in the game, whatever.
Yeah.
So pretty much you can't talk to them, you can't like draw dicks or you can't draw dicks in the sand or say bad things or stuff like that. It's just like you and this other person discovering this world.
an actual person, like somebody online playing with you. It's not
Yes.
a computer-controlled person. It's an online game that strips away almost everything you know about online games.
So you don't get a teabag anyone?
No, you don't get
No.
to talk shit about somebody because they whiffed their level 1 super.
We'll get to that later. but anyway, that game is like really beautiful. I really enjoy like its artistic, yeah, artistic approach. I don't know.
It looks nice. It's a pretty game. And it's got a whole lot of high praise, as Kyle said. So I look forward to playing it. Definitely something I've been interested in for a while.
I didn't even hear about it until just now.
It's for the PS3, and it came out in March. You fuck.
Hardcore.
I don't know if you want to chime in on Street Fighter Cross Tekken or Xenoblade Chronicles, both of which we already talked about.
Alright, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, I came back earlier and I heard a little bit of it, but I'm not sure if you guys covered that, like, the whole, like, DLC fiasco isn't even the worst thing about Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Yeah,
It's
we
just
covered that.
It's just a broken fighting game. It's not fun. Everything results in, like, time overs, and, like, the gems are, like, fucking stupid as hell.
It's broken.
You like, I remember like the DLC gems that like they wanted to be like balanced or whatever. They said that it was gonna be balanced, but then they sold DLC gems that like fucking made you block like automatically for like a quarter of a bar. And so literally you could just like hold forward if you have some meter, and then you just don't give a fuck. You're gonna block anyway. That's not fair.
You essentially become invincible.
Practically.
Just chip damage. That's
You
ridiculous.
sold Pringles.
That's terrible.
It's terrible.
There's
And
a
all you
reason
need to do
Evo
is,
didn't pay attention
like
to it.
$1, I think. I don't even know.
Yeah, pay $1, win every match. Good.
Pay to win, and that's not how a fighting game should be. You know,
Yeah, that's pretty shitty.
and whatever.
Yeah.
Game
Could
sucks.
say they were fixing the fights.
No, nobody plays it anymore anyway. So
They're trying really hard to get people to play again with the version 2013 patch or whatever, like similar to Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. They patched it or
Nope.
whatever, but I still think people aren't gonna
care.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna fall for that shit.
And Xenoblade Chronicles, I didn't get to play it, but I will say I did want to play it. But I was like, man, I'm gonna buy it, and then
I didn't buy it.
I was just like, I didn't buy it because like I didn't want to buy it from GameStop. I didn't want to buy it full price from Nintendo. And I also found out that it didn't have dual language support. I believe, I'm pretty sure, or the European version did. So
I think that's what happened, yeah.
I would have
and
put it on
I'm just like,
Japanese. I don't give a shit if I don't understand it.
exactly.
What a
Well, it would
bunch
have
of
subtitles.
jokers.
Well, like sometimes dubs are good, and I like dubs when they are good. But from what I understand, the Xenoblade Chronicles dub, it's not good.
It wasn't terrible. It was just, it could get kind of grating. I neglected to mention this, but the super like annoying mascot character was named Ricky. So that was cool.
Eh,
Poor Ricky.
what a bunch of jokers.
Is it like Ricky, like spelled the same way yours is, or is it like Riki?
It's Riki, but they pronounce it the same way. He's like a super annoying like Ewok. He's like, Ricky will defeat these monsters. It's terrible. That sounded like Grover, but anyway.
It did.
Moving on.
Oh, man.
We were
right
on-
before you got back, Don. We were going to talk about Diablo 3.
Oh, okay.
You mean none of us were going to talk about it? So
By the way, the last story also came out
yeah, but we're going to talk about that in
Later?
August. Yeah,
in
It came
August.
out in
Oh,
August.
was it in August? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
talk about
Read the
Diablo.
chart, punk.
All right. Hold on.
What a bunch of
Diablo 3.
jokers.
Yeah, Diablo 3. All right. I'll talk about that because nobody else is gonna talk about it.
Nope.
That game,
I-
like when it first came out, I was playing it with my friends, right? And like, it was pretty fun, and then eventually it just like stopped being fun. The story, like, as my friend is like really into like the lore and stuff like that of the Diablo series. Like, that's why I even started playing Diablo 3. Like, I don't even give a shit about Diablo 1 or 2, but my friend, he's really into that stuff, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna play Diablo 3 with my friends because that's what you do. You play video games with your friends, and he was disappointed with the story in Diablo 3 because it was just like retarded. Like, fucking Diablo comes back, even though it's like supposed to be this ultimate evil thing comprised of different evils. And then it's just like a woman now. Like the girl character in Diablo 3. Like,
the ultimate
like,
evil
spoilers.
is a woman.
Yeah, it's just like this girl, and then she like transforms into Diablo. It's like, and Diablo has boobs or some shit, and it's like what? And high heels? What is this?
Fanfic.
What is
Well,
this? Like Diablo 3 other M?
Well, I wanted to talk about the very controversial like online DRM that like you have to be connected to the internet even to play it. Even if you just want to do like single player.
Oh, and they had a bunch of problems because they didn't have enough servers on the
Yeah.
very first day, so nobody was actually able to play it.
Yeah,
Ah,
like
fuckers.
that's a pile of garbage, man.
That's bullshit.
What were they thinking?
Money.
Like,
It was like
I
the
haven't
most
even played
pre-ordered game of the year or something at the time, and then like
And
This-
nobody was like, maybe we ought to have two more servers, maybe? No?
Nah.
nobody could play it.
Yeah, that was a big deal when that first came out, I remember. So,
All over the internet.
just wanted to bring that up.
Online DRM is definitely
Booty.
pretty stupid.
It's the way of the future, man.
But yeah, it's the way of the future. That's like they're obviously trying to like keep pirates from playing the game, but I'm pretty sure people still pirate
Yeah,
their game.
pirates are gonna exist no matter.
Yeah, you're like any form of DRM is only just like gimping the consumer who buys it.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a subject for another day. Other problems with Diablo 3, besides like its story, it just got boring. Like after like we beat it multiple times, you kind of just like grind for loot, and then like they promised PvP, and they only just recently, like, it was supposed to come out like, I don't know, like 2 months or so after like the game actually came out, but like it's been a while now. Pretty sure it's like almost 2013, and then they recently came out and said like we had to go back to the drawing board with PvP, so we scrapped whatever we had, and I was like, are you serious?
That's pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Like, so, like, I'm pretty sure Blizzard realizes they fucked up royally, especially considering, like, they like, stat track everything. So, like, I think it was, like, maybe a month after Diablo 3 came out, like, the player base, like, just fucking plummeted. Not even, plummeting is an understatement.
Plummeting is being generous.
They all went
Yeah.
back to Diablo 2.
Even, like, if they even did that. I don't know.
They all went to League of Legends.
Yeah, they all went to League of Legends. There you go. Game of the year, all years, everyone's favorite game. Whatever.
Yep. So, Diablo 3.
Yep.
That was
That was
our May.
Nothing happened in June that I know of. So let's go to July, which was Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy. I didn't play it.
It was a good game. You know, it's a rhythm game. Yeah, there's not really much you can say about it. It's a rhythm game with Final Fantasy songs.
I played the demo. The demo was fun.
Roxas Axel Sion recently, or Xion, I don't know. Sorry.
That's somebody who comments on our stuff.
Yeah, recently asked me about the extra rhythm Final Fantasy, and I kind of gave a small little answer, but I'll probably go in depth here now. I guess I suppose,
Yeah, go ahead.
unless somebody else wants to.
No, go ahead.
There's only you and
Alright.
Josh who played it.
Oh, really? I thought Ricky played it, maybe.
Nope.
Oh. Well, anyway, that game is really fun. I really like Final Fantasy music, so I was just like, oh my god, instant play, please. You know, when I first like heard about it,
Mhm.
and I was first hoping that they would like localize it first, because
Well, yeah.
Square Enix doesn't like to localize anything for some reason. Like Bravely Default, that's like, where's that?
Flying
I mean,
Fairy.
the game has like a terrible name, but still, I hear it's pretty good. Or looking at least. I
Yeah.
don't even know if it's out in Japan yet.
It came out in October in Japan,
Oh, okay.
so we'll probably
Yeah.
still get it.
Maybe
Perhaps.
like 2 years down the line. But anyway, theater rhythm. I say it wrong. Josh says it's right. That game is really cool. It's obviously a rhythm game, and there's like sort of 3 types of rhythm games in that game.
Mhm.
One where it's like field, which is like the easiest, but I have the most fun with those. Then there's the battle, right? BMS.
Right, which is
battle.
awesome. Yeah,
Something?
battle something.
Yeah,
Battle music system, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, whatever. That one's really good too. But then there's I think cinematic. I don't know.
Oh God, I hate
Those
that
help.
one.
Those are terrible. Like and like for the first games that don't have any cutscenes, they just fucking splice together like videos of somebody playing Final Fantasy 2 or something.
Yeah.
Well, what else could they
Seriously?
do?
Wow.
Yeah, I know, but still, like,
They
They
should
could have done
have.
a little bit more.
They should have just put those songs in one of the other 2 things, or in the.
or they could have made cutscenes like legit CG cutscenes.
Yeah,
too much work.
Way.
But I mean, they could have just put all of those songs in the like labyrinth thing. I forget what that place was called.
Yeah, it's been a while since I played the game too.
Yeah.
But they're they're like like I said, there's 3 types for the mini games, I guess, and that's for each game of the series. But then they have like additional songs as well in that labyrinth thing Josh was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So you can unlock like the Chocobo themes in that thingamajig. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Or you can also get DLC songs.
Yeah.
like
It
by-
was the first 3DS game to have DLC.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I just
Yeah,
want to
Super
mention.
Mario Bros.
Yeah.
Go on.
The first official Nintendo game to have it. I was just gonna say I really like the RPG elements of it, even though it's completely unnecessary.
Yeah, it is. It is, but it makes it feel a little bit more like Final Fantasy.
Hmm. It's a nice little
even though,
thing to do.
like, you do like get better rewards or some shit. You get more
Yeah.
points, and then if you don't equip anything,
Yeah.
yeah. So whatever. It was fun. I really like the field mini games, and the battle ones can be pretty hard, but they're still pretty good.
Some of the like battle ones in that labyrinth thing are impossible.
Yeah.
I always
For
end
sure.
up screwing up like 3 notes in. I'm like, shit. I can never recover, and then I just die.
Me too. I suck at rhythm games. If Phil was here, he could probably talk about this game some more, but I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Phil. Forgive me, please.
We love you.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Hey,
Kyle
sweet.
dropped 2.
Uh-oh.
Which sucks because he actually played the next game that we wanted to talk about.
Yep. What is it, Ricky?
What is skipping?
Fucking internet is not our friend tonight, man.
Yeah.
It's never our friend.
The next game we want to talk about, also in July, also by Square, was Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance for the 3DS.
Dream drop distance.
Name of the year all
I,
years.
Fucking, I gotta be honest, I loved the shit out of this game. I said after I beat it that I got exactly what I wanted, which was super fun gameplay and a super fucked up story.
Yes.
So, I could not have been more satisfied with this game. It was a little short, but there was a lot of like optional stuff that you could do, like playing with your dream meters and doing all these little the dive mini game, which was actually kind of annoying, but whatever. And the like card
Ricky,
battle
I
mini
must
game.
say, the card battle minigame is actually pretty damn fun.
Dude,
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time playing that shit. It
I
reminds me a lot
remember.
of Chain of Memories,
Yeah, it's the chain
Yeah.
of memory system.
which I'm the only one that liked. But
I was
it's
gonna, I
really
remember you telling me that like, oh, that minigame is Chain of Memories, and I was like, yeah, I'll play it later. And then when I actually finally played it, I was like, man, this is actually pretty good.
it's pretty addicting. I sunk a lot of time into that stupid little thing. But like, even raising your dream meters, like they got me. Only Square could make me like want to play Nintendogs by like you learn better battle skills for your character like by doing that shit. So like I was like, all right, Square, you got me. I'll play your stupid Nintendogs bullshit because they got me. But I thought it was great. I love the special attacks and Link styles that you can do with your Dream Eaters. That's super fun. They kept the battle system from Birth by Sleep, which I love. So like,
Yeah.
I wasn't even. I've always praised the series for like trying something new every time, but I didn't even care because I love that battle system so much. So that was really cool. The story was terrible, which I loved. They did actually answer some questions that I wanted answers to, which was very cool. I don't want to go into too many spoilers because Don's still playing it right now.
Yeah,
But-
I am still playing it right now. I hate to admit it, but I haven't gotten very far because critical mode is extremely hard. I wanted to mention earlier, like you were saying, like, oh my god, they got me to actually raise these guys, and I'm forced to do that because I didn't want to raise them either, but like I have to do it if I want to survive. I have to get that HP boost. I have to get that magic haste, that attack haste. I gotta get all that stuff. Fire screen. Why would I need fucking fire screen? I need it.
Yep.
So,
I imagine it's pretty ruthless. But yeah, I loved it. Kyle, we're talking about Dream Drop Distance. You got
A Kingdom Hearts game I actually played.
Yeah.
Sorry, I blue screened for a sec, so I'm back.
Welcome back.
I want to say that first of all, Kyle bought me this game, so thanks, Kyle, because this game's fucking
Hey,
awesome.
thanks for editing my video.
Hey, no problem. Fair trade. Well, probably not, but it was a good trade, and I do not regret it at all. I honestly might say this might be my game of the year. I didn't play that many games, but I fucking love Kingdom Hearts, and I always look forward to a new one. That's why Ricky was like earlier, like once they come out with one for the Vita, we're all fucked because we're all gonna
Yep.
have to buy a Vita for it.
And the
Yeah.
memory card.
It's only a matter of time.
But I want to say that like with this game, I really enjoyed being able to play as both Sora and Riku. They cut the bullshit. There was no
Yeah.
there's
This
no
is the
Roxas,
first time-
no other characters they introduced in that other game.
Ventus.
Well, yeah, what I thought was so cool about this game is like you could play as Riku in Chain of Memories, but it had that card system that nobody liked. You could play as Riku very briefly in Kingdom Hearts 2, but it was like for one little cutscene.
Wow, that
You know.
part like killed me like every single time.
Couldn't you play as Riku in something else?
No.
You could do him in like the missions in days. You could play as Riku for like the multiplayer mode that nobody could play with because it didn't have online. So finally, for the first time, Riku was just like a character. There was no like gimmicks. There was no like conditions to unlocking him. He was just there, and you could play as him, and that was
it was
really cool.
fucking awesome because he's awesome. And
Yeah.
I also want to give this game credit for actually having like new worlds for the
Yes.
first
Yeah.
time in a very long time. Well, I mean, I guess Birth by Sleep did, but they still revisited some. I mean, it was awesome going to the Hunchback of Notre Dame world. Like that was super cool.
Yes.
Tron Legacy, fucking thank you for that. I will never not be grateful for the Tron Legacy world, and even some of the
That was-
worlds I didn't think would be all that cool, like the Pinocchio world.
I actually love the Three Musketeers world. Like I thought that was a
Yeah.
stupid idea, but once I played it, I was like, "This is awesome."
Yeah, level grinded there for pretty
Yeah.
much any time I needed to level grind. I grinded.
Because it was pretty big actually.
Yeah, it was crawling with Dream Eaters to fight.
The big enemies. And probably my favorite world is actually the
Yeah.
Fantasia world.
The Fantasia
Yeah.
world was my favorite. What they did with that is fucking godlike. It's
It-
good.
It's just I'm completely impressed by that because Fantasia is a movie with like no substance. Like it doesn't have a story. It's just segments of like musical pictures put to music. Basically, there's no overarching story throughout the movie like all these other worlds that have ever been in a Kingdom Hearts game has. So like they pretty much had to just make shit up for this world, and they did a really good job because
I agree.
every section is still based on a segment from Fantasia, but they also give it like character and like areas to explore and stuff like that. And it's a lot of fun. I really like that. Obviously, there's classical music playing and like your
Yeah, but they don't play any of the like the voice cues, like take that or whatever. They
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
they just incorporate like the music and the sound effects of your weapons, which they've changed to be like orchestra hits and cymbal crashes and stuff. And that is so just it's so just
it's very cool. All of the worlds in this game I think are really good. I like the last world a lot as well. That one's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
There's
Speaking of,
Can I just say that Tron Legacy stage felt a little out of place because it's like I saw like the models for the human characters and I was like, okay.
That's always kind of been a problem. Like
Yeah,
Pirates of the Caribbean.
It has, Pirates of the
Kingdom Hearts
Caribbean
2.
syndrome.
Well,
Yeah.
see, I didn't like I said I've only played so many.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just we were talking about this on Twitter with Ian. Like nobody in any of the Kingdom Hearts games like ever freaks out about seeing these cartoony people. Like why wasn't Captain Jack Sparrow just completely thrown off by Goofy just standing
That's
right
just-
the fuck in front of him?
That's just talking dog. Just talking dog in front of me.
I thought I was out of
Probably
rum.
too drunk to care.
Like
But then, and yet in the Hunchback world, Sora's like, "Whoa, talking gargoyles," and I'm just like, "Come on, guys."
He's seen so much shit already and he's suppressing that.
You've partnered up with things weirder than that. You've partnered up with a fucking 10-foot tall skeleton in a suit. Come on, dude.
He is a 10-foot tall skeleton.
Skellington, that's his last name.
I know.
I meant skeleton, but it still worked.
Yeah.
It did work.
It didn't make you wrong. I'll tell you that much. Your statement was still true. Anyway,
Don,
I
what
liked
did,
that game so much I played it twice.
Don, what did you want to say?
I totally forgot. Oh yeah. Speaking of mwah, the intro, baby.
Oh, dude, the intro is like
Oh,
one of the
yeah.
best intros in video gaming.
Fucking for real. So beautiful, so awesome. I don't even know what to say. It was just like a mash of awesomeness.
Yeah, it's just everything. I especially love the. I especially love like
Mouse
Mickey
at
Mouse
the
like conducting the whole thing, but I also
Well, like-
love.
the paper theme running through it was really cool and effective, especially in 3D.
Yeah.
Like there were just papers flying everywhere,
And like that end scene where it's like every single character in existence ever just
standing together
Yeah.
against evil. Did that just not give you this fan boner? I swear.
it's like I need to clean my 3DS screen. Okay, that was
great.
gross.
Pull it back a little, son.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Dream Drop Distance was a fantastic game. I'm so glad
Yeah.
that we got it. I'm so glad that I played it. Great game. Game of the year all years. Not really.
Shall we move on to August?
Yeah, August had some games, only one of which I played, but we can talk about them anyway. New Super Mario Bros. 2 is first on our list. I didn't play it.
I
Me
love
neither.
that game.
Josh, I think, is the only one. Or Kyle,
Again?
did you play New Super Mario Bros. 2?
Hmm?
Kyle, did you play New Super Mario Bros. 2? Or Don?
I played
Kyle
Super
did.
Mario Brothers. Didn't I write the review on?
Oh, that's
Brothers
right.
2?
Okay, so you two talk
Yeah.
about it since you're the only
Yeah.
two who played it.
Alright, Kyle, you want to go first?
Well, like the big thing is that just it's a great solid game, but it just didn't feel like anything new was brought to the table except for like the gold fire flower. I think it wasn't until like 5 worlds in that I really started feeling like I was playing a new Super Mario Brothers game.
Yeah, like the story mode itself is like that, but I think the main attraction of this game is the coin rush, and I've sunk so many hours into that. I
I
just
didn't.
recently got to 1,000,000 coins on there,
Crazy, Josh.
and it's all because of the free downloadable content pack that, well, it's currently free. That has the 3 classic levels. You can only
Oh.
get up to 30,000 coins in it, and I've done it because
Well-
of the 2 times your coins when you get to the top of each flagpole at the end of each stage.
If the major draw is Coin Rush, then maybe that's just why it's like it hasn't been a thing for me.
Yeah, I mean, like the game itself, the single player is really good. Well, I mean, it's all single player, but the story mode is good, but it's nothing new.
It's got new in the title, Josh. Don't sit here and tell me that it's not new.
Shut up.
Well,
It's
in any
also
case-
got 2 in the title, so
Yeah.
it's not new.
It's also not 2.
Check and mate.
It's also
Yeah,
not
third
2.
game.
just like Rambo First Blood Part 2.
What happened there?
This is all wrong.
Oh dear, what have we here?
Anyways, that's basically all I've got to say about it. Like it's good, and I gave it a good review, but it was just, yeah,
Something
there
to
wasn't-
say.
Super Mario Bros.
I feel like nobody cared about that game. Like, it just kind of
Yeah.
got glanced over, and it's like, it shouldn't, like, a Mario game being released be a big deal? And I just feel like nobody cared.
I have
It
to
was-
say, like, I was way more excited about New Super Mario Bros. U, so like I kind of just let 2 just slip by me. You know, I
I
didn't. play it.
think I remember us saying this when they announced both of them at that E3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was at the same time they announced them. That's why I think that's why they had 2 separate conferences. So it's just not, so the same day people aren't just like, oh, hey, look, 2 Marios, same time. That's gonna be good.
So see,
Um,
we knew this would happen way back then.
But like I said, the coin rush to me really stuck out as like the game. I know that's not saying much, but
Mm-hmm.
I think
It's fun. I tried it a few times.
it's a nice challenge. I think
Think of a challenge. Are you gonna get that Impossible pack?
I don't know. I don't have the money.
Yeah,
How-
now
how
they're
could you
charging
beat
for
it?
it.
It's $250.
It's impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah, but you can try.
That's the last one. That's the last DLC they're doing for it.
Yep,
Yeah.
They're
that's
gonna
a shame.
they're gonna focus on you instead.
Yeah, but you doesn't have coin rush, and that's
Does you
sad.
have DLC like packs?
No, they're going to.
Not that we know of yet.
I thought they said they
Anyway.
were going to.
They probably are. I mean, it says version 1.01,
Yeah,
I think, at the bottom.
it does.
The bottom
On
right.
title screen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said somewhere that they're gonna start doing DLC packs, but who knows? Anyway, I guess that's New Super Mario Bros. 2. Next on our list is the last story that I don't think any of us played.
No, but I wanted to talk about it because I really want to play it because it's on principle like the Xenoblade thing, just that we got it at all. Like I really want to get it eventually, because it's by Sakaguchi and Uematsu, who are like the gods of Final Fantasy, pretty much. And they made a new game, and like I want to check that out just on principle. But also I wanted to mention, if you are like us and you have not played it, it is $30 on Amazon right now. So
Oh.
check that
I'm
out.
trying to. You're plugging it. That's because nobody's buying it because
Yeah.
nobody cares about the Wii anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Wii's dead.
Uh,
Rest in
Isn't
I
peace.
it-
plan to buy it. I got some money for Christmas. I can spare $30. I want to check it out. So
Nice. I gave you $30.
Isn't
Yeah.
it like the only game in like a black case to show that it's like mature or something? Or is that only in Japan?
I think that was in Japan, but
Pandora's Tower has a black case,
Uh,
and
that's
so does something originally or some shit.
who cares? Pandora's Tower was like the only one I was interested in, and it's the one that's not coming. So, yeah,
Yeah, it's not even that. It's alright. It's alright. It's okay game.
well, it was the only one that I knew anything about and was interested in. But Operation Rainfall did not win that one, but they got 2 of them, and that's a big deal. Good
That's a
job,
victory.
Internet.
yeah, that's a victory in my book.
good.
When did Pandora's Tower come out?
That was like
In
2000.
Europe?
Oh, in Europe, I think it was the end of 2011.
Oh, okay.
I think it's been out in Japan for a while though.
Sure.
Anyway, next on this list is Guild Wars 2. Again, don't know what that is.
It's kind of like an MMORPG.
We don't have to discuss everything on here. I just wanted to,
Put everything together.
give us a little bit of direction.
Oh, well.
If nobody's got anything interesting to say about Guild Wars 2, then let's move on.
My friends are really into it, and but I'm literally the only one that isn't into it. Like they all got each other like Guild Wars 2 for Christmas and stuff like that.
Wow.
But, I'm just not really interested in
MMORPGs.
Yeah, especially after Diablo. I don't really care about raising like an avatar.
Getting loot and raising your stats and learning new cooldowns. I could never really get into MMOs myself.
When did Borderlands 2 come out?
That was September. We're still in August.
Okay. All right.
Look at the chart, punk.
Yeah. Rock Band Blitz came out. That was a DLC game. I played it. I did a review of it for the blog. I was actually very proud of that review. I thought it was very well written, if I do say so myself. I love Rock Band. Rock Band Blitz is not Rock Band, but
it's not Rock Band either.
Yeah, it's not Rock Band either.
Bing bang boom.
It's more similar to
Flawless
Frequency
victory.
and Amplitude, which were Harmonix games for the PS2 before Rock Band, where you use the controller instead of plastic instruments. And I think it's got a good set list. I think it's fun. It's nice to play in small doses, but it's not like a party game. It's more of a game for people who really like to get high scores on things. And I don't particularly care about scores, to be honest with you. So I don't play it very often, but it's fun. If you like music, you like Rock Band, you like high scores, buy it for $10. Why not?
It seems like a good game that is good downloadable. Probably even better on not a handheld. What's that thing called? Oh yeah, mobile phones.
Yeah, it wasn't released for mobile phones though.
Yeah.
It probably would be better off on there. I definitely think it would make a better handheld game because it has. It's pretty much the same as any of the handheld versions of Rock Band. Unplugged for the PSP, and then any of the ones that they released for the DS. Also, it has 25 songs, and if you buy it, those 25 songs can be transferred to Rock Band 3.
Ah, the motives come out. Now we know why you actually bought it.
No, because Rock Band 3 I have for the Wii.
Oh.
So I couldn't transfer those songs if I wanted to.
Wow. Shut my mouth.
That game didn't come out on WiiWare.
Yep. Sure didn't.
It's fucking Harmonix. Just does not care about the Wii anymore.
Now we'll never be able to play Stronger What Doesn't Kill You by Kelly Clarkson on the Wii. No!
Oh no. Next.
Sleeping Dog.
No, the 3DS XL came out.
Yeah, I got that. It's good. I wrote a review of it on
More
the blog.
exclusive content.
Yeah, go read it. Go read that and Rock Band Blitz. There you go.
I'll just sum it up. Basically, they fixed everything I didn't like about the 3DS. So
It made it bigger. Much
Yeah.
bigger.
Fucking, grip that shit at Best Buy.
Mhm.
And I was like, fucking, whoa, man, God, this thing is huge.
it is huge.
man.
This is
I don't think that's, except for, Kid Icarus, I don't think that would be too much of a problem.
Kid Icarus would break your fucking wrist.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been playing with you guys with it.
You're crazy.
I'm not using the stylus, so that could be why.
Well, I don't
Fair
use
enough.
the stylus either. But if you were, your wrist would be just off. It'd just be gone. You wouldn't have a hand anymore.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a hand. I wouldn't be able to play all these games.
Alright, next on this list is Sleeping Dogs, which I know Don actually does want to talk about, because again, he did a review of it for the blog. Wow, 3 things in a
Hey!
row.
Wow, this is plug
Reviews
the
for the
podcast. I wish that my review that I had plugged earlier actually existed, but I never put up,
Well,
I
you
never
could
put up my Xenoblade.
you could plug about 2 more reviews later.
Oh yeah, okay, let's move on. Sorry. Sleeping Dogs.
Sleeping Dogs. I really, really like Sleeping Dogs. I didn't really put up a review. It was more like an overview. It was just bullet points of things I liked and then what I didn't like about the game. I think it's a good game, but it's very buggy, as with quite a few games recently.
I'm laughing because
I just feel like it's a thing now. They're just gonna release
Yeah.
games that are buggy.
Nobody finishes games. They get the public to beta test their games for free, and then they just patch them.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking
Well, I mean,
shady
like,
ass shadiness.
It's not shady as shady. For in this regard, I mean, like obviously they can't have like like a gazillion testers, and during development they can't pay for that amount of people, and like that many, like a small development team, or not a small development team, a small QA team, isn't gonna find every bug, but like that. I would be playing, like, I would drive in Sleeping Dogs and then my car would flip out and into the fucking air.
So, what do you think, Don? Should people buy this game, or should they let sleeping dogs lie?
Oh,
Whoa.
I think, like, let me explain first, like, what the game even is. I haven't even, like, maybe people just think it's fucking Nintendogs.
That would be something like, here, honey, I got you sleeping dogs for Christmas.
Nintendogs when you drive cars. That's not
You don't take them for walks.
Anyway, Sleeping Dogs was originally going to be True Crime Hong Kong, I believe. And I don't know what happened, but like the original studio or whatever, or the original publisher was like, whatever, fuck it. And then Square Enix was like, hey, I'm gonna buy you guys, and we're gonna finish this game. And then it became Sleeping Dogs. And so like that game is pretty much like it retains a lot of the elements of the True Crime series. Like you sort of balance, not really. You don't really balance between being a cop and a triad, but you do, I guess, kind of.
You
I don't
can
know.
decide between them.
No, not really. Not in Sleeping Dogs, but I feel like the game was originally designed to be where like you decide between the two.
Okay.
And like the final product, they kind of just like meshed everything together. The ending felt like it was just like all the endings at the same time.
Is it
like,
kind of
if-
like, hey, Shadow, go kill some aliens. Hey, Shadow, go kill some Sonics.
Hey, Shadow, do my laundry.
I don't know. I don't think it's like bad. Like I think it made sense. The ending of Sleeping Dogs.
Okay.
Like it was somewhat cohesive, but like it definitely felt like they originally intended for it to be a multiple ending type thing.
I see.
Like if you had become like full on thug life for life, then you would get like the thug life ending or whatever. But in the final product, it kind of like merged everything. That's what I feel like. Still, I haven't even explained what the game is. It's just I kind of said like it's like true crime, but it's like an open world
Sandbox
game, like GTA, but with a hand-to-hand combat system similar to the Batman Arkham games. So like you would like punch people, and then you can press a button, and then you would like go into like a counter stance, and then if they attack you when you like doing that counter stance, you counter them.
Yeah.
And it's just really fun. The hand combat was definitely their like main thing. You learn like all new sorts of martial arts moves. The DLC also features like new moves that you can get. And I haven't gotten the DLC because like I'm just kind of waiting for like the Game of the Year version of the game, because that's also another thing that they're doing with video games these days. They're just coming out with DLC later, and then later they're just gonna come out with a version of the game, retail disc, cheaper, with all the DLC in one package.
Eventually.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that. And hopefully it'll be less buggy. Like, hopefully I do not just like randomly like turn and then all of a sudden be like fucking
On fire.
1,000 feet in the air. No, not on fire. But like I said, the combat's really good. The story's pretty good. Read my review, if it's not really a review, but like read my review if you haven't already on the blog. I think I've taken enough time on Sleeping Dogs. Yeah.
Well,
Well, that was the last thing for August. So
yeah.
September is Borderlands 2 and Torchlight 2. Briefly talk about those, Don, since you again are the only one who played those.
I briefly played Borderlands 2, so I can only briefly talk about it anyway.
Phil talked a lot about Borderlands 2 on his Tumblr.
His
Yeah.
vlog. He
You wanna-
said it
you
was
wanna-
just like a game that like made his hands busy while he would listen to podcasts, and it's just pretty like it's pretty mindless. And Ricky, you mentioned earlier that like with the Guild Wars 2, like about like looting and stuff. I like with Borderlands 2, like I sort of like realized I don't really care for that stuff anymore.
Yeah, Phil was saying that like every 20 minutes he would get a gun that was like slightly better in some obscure stat, but he didn't really get a sense of like that it was quantifiably better, so he would often just stick with the same gun. And like from my understanding, the whole game is like built around looting like that, and if you don't get into that, then there's nothing for you, from what I understand. I haven't played it, so
It's meant to be like they sort of borrowed that system from Diablo. Like Diablo has like randomly generated weapons, and they have like randomly generated stats, like little effects or whatever. Like you said, some obscure shit. And I don't know. I don't really care anymore. And like that sort of carries on to Torchlight 2, except I really want to like Torchlight 2 because it's like this indie game that's like they want it to be like the I don't know. I want to say the cool kids Diablo 3.
yeah,
So,
it definitely
like,
has this very like appealing like art style and character design and stuff. I will have to give it that.
I really wanted to like it, but like obviously I don't really have anybody to play that game with because everybody's playing all the other crap that I don't like. I just want to be a hipster. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about Torchlight 2
And Borderlands 2.
and Borderlands 2.
All right. Well,
Like
That's-
what else can I say about Borderlands 2? The story is appealing? No. It's boring. Who cares? Who cares about fucking Pandora?
well, then we'll move on because October has a pretty big one.
Yeah. Let's go October. Ooh.
Pokemon Black 2 and White 2.
Oh, you're talking about Pokemon.
I know what you're
That's not-
thinking, but
That's the one. Who knows.
I'm
We'll get
talking
there.
about Pokemon Black 2 and White 2.
Yeah, those were pretty good. I wrote
Yeah.
a review of those for our blog.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
yeah, you can plug that.
I
I
definitely.
I didn't beat White 2.
I didn't either. Shit, man.
I did.
I
It's
really
a
enjoyed it
Pokemon.
though. I think they really felt like sequels, which like should be obvious from the two in them. But I wasn't expecting them to be so removed from the originals because like there's ostensibly the third versions that we always get that are always the same. But no, they went a different route this time. I think that's totally cool. the new like gyms are really fun, and they have like their own little arrangements of the gym theme. I really like that. New areas to explore are really cool, and even going in the old areas, there's like new stuff like the sewers. That was neat. I
I
had
like
a
that
lot
you
there
were
for
with
like
some.
a few seconds.
I like no, not if you stay in there and
Yeah,
level
there's
or level up for an hour.
There's a huge sprawling like dungeon there if you look for it, which is cool. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. Even filming stupid Pokemon movies, I thought was a lot of fun. Really addicting. It has like no bearing on the plot or the adventure or whatever, but it was a fun little mini game that I lost myself in. But I didn't beat it.
Me neither.
There's kind of a lot of grinding. I felt like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what really put me off. I felt like I had to grind more in this game than any other Pokemon game I've ever played. And like with Black and White, they changed the experience system and like how you get less for less.
Like, yeah.
I don't
The
think I
higher
felt that way.
Basically, the higher level you are, the less experience lower level Pokemon give you.
Which is how it's always been, but I feel like it's more drastic now. Like, the second you become one level higher than that, like, if you're level 30 and that Pokemon's level 29, you're not getting, like, anything from them.
Mm-mm.
And that's not how it's ever been before. And that just makes it really hard to grind. And this game, you have to grind all the time. And it really put me off. I never beat it. I got 6 badges, caught Cobalion, and, like, that's it. I'm done. I just never went back. I plan to beat it, but I don't know if I will. I wasn't getting into it because every gym I had to stop and grind for 2 hours.
It's funny, I didn't feel that way at all.
I did. I was not. I would enjoy myself when I didn't have to grind.
Oh well.
It was good when I was actually doing stuff, but until then, I really like Roxy's gym.
Yeah.
I think that was all the gyms are awesome. I think it's a really great game, a great sequel. I just I don't know. I got a little burned out on it, I guess.
Would you say
Maybe
you're
because we
getting
discovered
old?
Pokemon Showdown this year too, so
Mm-hmm.
Would I say what, Don?
You're getting old.
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't fallen out of Pokemon. I just, it didn't catch me like it should have.
Yeah, same here.
Like it didn't even catch me as much as like Black and White did. And like, I feel like it should have. I don't know. I was excited for it. I bought it. Didn't beat it. It's still good. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who love it, and I'm sure there's plenty of people who are waiting to hear our opinions on it and are completely disappointed right now.
Yeah.
But
You guys are named Adam and Dino. Why don't you like Black and White? Sorry, I'm making fun of you guys.
I like them. I just there's other Pokemon games I'd rather play. There's other games I'd rather play.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like,
sorry, White 2.
like.
Resident Evil 6.
no.
For all the wrong reasons.
Resident Evil 6 is next on our list, and oh boy, what a game!
What a
Phil
game.
isn't here. He can tell us the most about it, but he well, actually, you guys played it too. But Phil wrote the review for our Adam and Ditto exclusive content blog.
Yeah,
Right, yep.
he did. He did in fact do that, and he didn't like it
Plug all the things.
because it's not a good game, but it's a hilarious game.
Seriously.
Can I say it? Can I say it, please? It's
Zombies
not-
have guns?
Yes.
Go
Why?
ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
Why do zombies have guns?
That was my thing that I was so frustrated. You stole that from me.
Josh is also frustrated.
But anyway, seriously, you guys, I'm fucking serious here. Did you watch us play the demo? Did you watch it? Because if you did not, you have not seen
Adam and Dino.
anything.
This
You haven't
description's
seen
gonna be
us.
full of links.
Oh my god, the demo.
You have to see
The
us.
demo playthrough was the best. Go watch it.
It's super funny because it's so bad. There's just everything wrong with that. Like, and you're just gonna know that immediately when Leon gives that first thumbs up that you are in for a treat with this one.
Oh man.
Oh my dear God.
I
Zombie.
first saw that on Conan, and that was the funniest thing.
Well, he just spammed it over and over again, and you guys.
Yeah. That's the only way to play.
It's just I remember a time when Resident Evil was like a groundbreaking franchise, and now they're just they don't know what they're doing. Fucking I hate Capcom.
The problem with Resident Evil is they're bending over backwards to make it more like Call of Duty, like more action, run and gun. When like, that's completely the opposite of what Resident Evil started out being. Like the whole point of Resident Evil 1 and 2, and I guess
It's to be more like Silent Hill.
I didn't play 3. It was way before Silent Hill, dog.
But
It
I mean,
let-
but
It led to
but
Silent
the style is more akin to that than to
Yeah,
Call of
it's-
Duty.
It's supposed to be survival horror. In the original Resident Evil games, one zombie was a big threat. You know, you had limited ammo, you had limited camera angles, you had it was about
Limited
using the
voice
tools
acting
that you
skills.
yeah, it was about using the tools that you had to overcome the obstacles they presented you with. And like in Resident Evil 6 and beyond, they're trying to make it more like this, just like adrenaline pumping machismo, you know, just shoot a billion zombies in the face because that's what you do to zombies, motherfucker type. Like just
Yeah, you don't have to live. You just have to shoot,
Tempo.
shoot, shoot.
it's just it might be fun, but not in Resident Evil 6's case. But like even if Resident Evil 6 was a great game, I still wouldn't have very much respect for it because it's not Resident Evil to me.
It's not,
I-
but it's
That
hilarious.
makes sense to me.
I know
From my
there's like
understanding, Resident Evil Revelations on the 3DS was like supposed to be sort of like harkening back to the old school Resident Evil games. But that game didn't really sell well. I'm sure Resident Evil 6 did, even though it sucked the booties.
I've actually heard some good things about Revelations, other than like the shitty like not being able to delete your save file.
There's rumors going on that they're porting that game to
Yeah,
HD
I heard
consoles.
as well.
It's just a rumor, but that's something to look out for if it comes to
Happens.
fruition.
Yeah.
For sure.
So look for that.
Also, check out Resident Evil 6.
Resident
No,
Evil
don't
6.
do that. Check out
Or
our
don't.
videos of Resident Evil 6.
Yeah.
You guys gotta watch those. I'm not even kidding.
Yep.
Gotta watch
Do
it.
it.
Not enough people watch those. Anyway, that's RE6. What a game. So
Virtue's Last Reward.
let's talk about that.
Go ahead.
Dude, it's a sweet game.
Cool.
Yeah.
That was Virtue's last
Sweet.
reward.
It was it's great. I haven't beat it yet, unfortunately. I'm so sorry to say. I haven't played it
I've-
since like the game came out. Like I haven't played it since November.
Came out in October.
Because yeah, but I haven't played it since November.
It was only a month ago. Jeez.
Like I was really busy with school, and now I'm really busy with Kingdom Hearts.
Then let me talk. It
Okay.
was-
I'm just saying. I'm saying what. Let me get that out of the way.
well, then
I don't
let me
have much
talk.
to say.
Go
All right.
ahead. Talk.
Anyways, everything that was really good about the first Zero Escape game, 999, was it's back, and there's crazy outlandish schemes and puzzles and murder.
Murder.
How could you go wrong? It's
Like,
also
yeah,
got the prisoner's dilemma.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
all over the game.
all like that's the other thing that makes this game really fantastic. Just because this time, like, your character is actively jumping around through his own timeline, and so like doing different things will affect the choices that you make affect what you do and your characters do, and there's like eventually like over like 20 different endings. Most of them involve you dying, but
Yeah. Well, that's
That
true
was
of the
the-
first game.
it's true of the first game.
Yeah, but the first
Let
game
Let me
only had
say,
6 in.
real quick, if you haven't played 999, go play that first. Do not go into Virtue's Last Reward as your first game.
Yeah,
Play
it's definitely
999.
better experience as a sequel.
Yeah. Like if you play Virtue's Last Reward and then go back to play 99, it really diminishes like the surprise factor of
Oh yeah,
99.
there's totally some latecomer spoilers.
We're not gonna spoil anything for either game.
I know, but I mean, like, there's some things that they just talk about uh, in Virtue's Last Reward that is a big surprise in 999.
That's pretty interesting.
You know, like if you see Shrek 2 before you see Shrek, then you already know that Fiona becomes an ogre.
What?
Wait, what?
Whoa, spoilers, bro.
Wait, did you know you could kill Chuck Kid?
I know what you're saying. They're kind of ruining the big twist of the first game.
Yeah.
But some things like Shrek and 999, it's very difficult to do a sequel in which that doesn't happen. You know.
Yeah.
So
Shrek. I want to see Shrek in a Zero Escape game.
I've got to get this bracelet off, Donkey.
My nickname will be Onion, because I have layers.
Why do you sound like Stoic? That's a different DreamWorks
because-
movie, right?
Because I don't do accents.
Anyway,
Affirmative.
Yeah.
Josh also doesn't do accents.
Yes.
anyway,
This is like the most grim game on the list, and we're like just cracking up. Like,
I'm sorry.
I know there was,
Virtue's
like, all
Last
this
Reward is
betrayal and
actually
murder.
incredibly funny.
I'm sure it is. Like the little bit of the first one that I played, the characters were had some humorous dialogues, but like it's still about like murder and betrayal and like conspiracy and all this stuff.
It's supposed to be suspenseful, but fucking
Dude, the
Like-
first scene with Fi, yes, her name's also Fi.
I'm also fine.
Like she straight up references like a half dozen totally nerdy things in a row, and I was just
Yeah.
like, okay, this character's gonna be fun.
she's a bitch.
So she's not
but-
fun.
she's pretty important.
She's an important bitch.
Yeah, well, they're all important.
Sure.
That's what makes it so great. Like all the characters are important. I guess like except like number 9 and 999.
Yeah,
He wasn't
the
really
ninth,
that important. Nobody cares about that guy.
the ninth man.
Yeah,
He was there to show you the stakes.
yeah.
Like I said that in my my favorite DS games review.
Yeah. Anyway,
The characters, great. I was saying how the game's extremely funny. Fucking Zero Junior, so brilliant. Like I don't even know how like all the rap puns and so funny, so funny.
it's pretty.
Did you actually read the secret data regarding why Sigma makes cat puns whenever he's talking
Yeah.
about cats?
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I read that. I had to because like it's that little. I forgot what he calls it. What is it like? A little knack, something like that. I don't know. He has this little
quirk.
thingamajig. I don't know what he says. There's like a specific word he uses regarding his cat thing,
Oh,
but it's
okay.
hilarious.
It's okay.
Anyway,
Or
I love
Yeah,
Sigma.
anytime he's talking in Meowth Cats, he talks in cat puns.
Sigma's great.
Sure. Fair enough. So, Virtue's Last Reward. That was.
Oh, hold on. I wanted to mention as well. The gameplay is definitely better than 999, but I want to say the atmosphere is not as good as 99. Like in 999, you're in a replica
the
Titanic.
Titanic. Yeah, that's hard to. It's a hard act to follow. So, I don't blame him.
And but in Virtue's Last Reward, it's a much better game. Like they have the sort of paths like laid out for you. Like they'll show you like which choices that
Oh
you need
yeah,
to go.
so you don't have so you can actually just like hop to where you need
Yeah.
to go instead of playing the whole game over and
Yeah.
over again.
Yeah, it's much more
Not that
convenient.
skipping isn't easy though, but
That is a nice feature still.
Since
Much
there's
more
so many
convenient as
endings
a
this
game.
time.
Much better game. But a problem with Virtue's Last Reward, it's fucking buggy on the 3DS.
it's buggy on both of them. I thought, but
It's also buggy on the Vita, but like it's better on the Vita. Like it's not as bad. It doesn't fucking delete your save file.
Did it delete your save though?
Huh? Did it delete mine? No. That's what I'm afraid of.
mine froze the once, but then I powered through it. So, but it's not giving me the ending, so I'm gonna have to find it online. But because I've done everything, I've gotten everything on hard. I've gotten all the archives, so it's not like I'm cheating or anything.
Maybe they'll patch it.
Don't get your hopes.
You should check out Stick's post. I haven't looked at it yet. In the "What are you playing" topic, because like he said he thinks he beats it as well, and then he has like spoiler tag, and I didn't look at it because I haven't beat it. You know,
I'll
but
No
you can
spoilers.
take a look
I'll
at
do
it.
that.
But I feel like he might be in the same situation you are in. Like he might think that is that the ending or like what is there?
No,
is
like
nothing-
there is an ending that calls itself the true ending, but then there's supposed to be like once you get everything on hard and get all the archives, there's a super secret ending.
Secret
Uh-huh.
ending. Kingdom Hearts loves to do that.
Yeah,
All right,
sounds fun. Fun.
let's try
So-
to plow through
Yeah.
November. We
Moving
got two
along.
other games listed in October, but who cares? Assassin's Creed 3
Yeah.
was released. Don't care.
Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
3, none of us played that one.
And Retro City Rampage.
Everyone
looks
can
cool.
like it, but yeah, it's just not me.
From what I can tell, like Retro City Rampage, like it was supposed to like it's been years in development, or whatever. Obviously,
Yeah,
like
it
it
was
used to be called
originally-
Grand Theft Auto, right?
Yeah, it was originally like a fan game online.
Yeah.
But they like stripped it away of all of its like licensed crap, so they
Yeah,
could sell
but
it.
fucking, it's got like Saved by the Bell shit in it.
Well, it's supposed to be like 80s stuff,
Yeah.
and like Saved by the Bell is totally like 80s, early 90s like ridiculousness. It's got like Back to the Future references and all that stuff. I think
Yeah.
it's cool, man. I love the
There's
80s.
just fucking chock full of references, and if like
I love
if you were like 80s, maybe early 90s kid, like I am, check it out. You know, you might really appreciate like all the references in that game.
Yeah, I want to check it out, but I didn't play it yet, so I have nothing
But
to add.
based on like what general like internet says, they think the gameplay is kind of like bland.
Yeah.
Aside from like all the references and stuff, the actual game itself is sort of not that good.
That's a shame.
It's
It's cool. It's still cool. Like NES graphics, cool music, because it's like NES style music. 80s references and shit.
Tom, we gotta speed it up here, buddy.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
all right. Let's plow through November. November is like the biggest year or month of every year for gaming. It seems like. So
Yeah.
let's try to plow through these as quick as we can. Paper Mario
mean-
Sticker Star. Talk about that. Go.
Yeah, that game was great. I wrote a review of that. You should read that.
Exclusive content.
The thing about Paper Mario Sticker Star is that it's really good, but don't you hate that? Don't you hate when there's a but? It's
No, I
it's
love that.
not
Yeah.
it's not. Me too. It's not the game that Paper Mario fans have been wanting since Paper Mario 2. You know, it's not your traditional RPG. It's got this very unique battle system where you spend these stickers to do your attacks, and that's super fun. But it's not, you know, it's not. I'm willing to say it's a safe bet that that's not what people were clamoring for. But it's still a really good game, and it's worth your time. Except for some giant dick moves in it that I won't. You know, you can read about that in my review. There's a lot of. See, that game would be really great instead of just really good if it weren't for all these just like intelligent systems with both Super Paper Mario and this game. They do this shit where they just like dick around with you. And I don't like that. I'm playing your game. I'm invested in it. I don't want to do busy work because you think it's funny. So, cut that shit out if you're listening. Intelligent Systems. But it's really good, and it's worth your time. I would check it out. So,
Josh also
Well-
played it.
Yeah.
Agree. I really like the sticker system. It is very different from the original two Paper Marios in that
Yeah.
there's no partners.
yeah.
And
Ooh.
that's kind of disappointing because they teased us with a Chain Chomp partner from a trailer from E3. What was it, like 3 years ago?
It's forever ago, yeah.
I feel like that might have just been like a random chain chomp, like walking around.
Yeah, but it was in battle though.
Yeah, behind Mario.
Might have been a sticker. Who knows?
I don't have any idea. But yeah, no partners. That definitely turned me off a lot. A lot of
Definitely
things about this game turned me off.
That's the
before I
thing.
even played it.
That's the thing about Sticker Stars, that like it kind of did, like, at least for me, it kind of did everything wrong. But like the amazing thing is that it still really works. Like I feel like they were trying to make a statement, like that, we're gonna do everything wrong, but we're gonna prove to you that that's not necessarily bad.
A bad thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's this bizarre little beast that I think it's worth checking out just for that, just for the fact that like there's no other game that's like it really.
I haven't played it myself, but I will borrow it from a friend whenever he beats it. And recently he told me that he was fighting a boss for like 30 minutes, and then he ran out of stickers when the boss was like at like 5 HP. And
Yeah, the bosses in this game
Had to
kind of suck.
die.
You have to, all of them have like, you have to have a specific sticker. Like they have a specific weakness, and if you don't have it, it's like, well, tough shit, you don't have it, And like, to be fair, all of the bosses in the game, even the final boss, they all let you just leave if you have to go get that sticker. They don't penalize you for that, which kind of blows my mind that you could just like leave a boss fight.
It's like, hey Mario, Mario?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like at least there's that. At least they don't like lock you into inevitable death if you don't have that sticker. But it's still like, most of the time what happened to me was like I would waste most of my stickers before I realized they had a weakness that I needed and that I didn't have. So like I don't think that's such good design really. But
You'd think they'd have like a sign or something that I don't know.
well, like if you lose the next time you go into battle, Kirsty's like, "Hey, you need a bat, you dummy," or something like that. But that would be really helpful the first time around, guys. So, I have a lot of like smallish to biggish gripes with Sticker Star, but I still think it's good.
It's a good game.
It's still worth your time.
Yeah.
What about Crashmo? What do you think of that one?
Crash was fucking great. First of all, I loved the first game, Pushmo. I thought that game was amazing, and I think Crashmo is amazing. They're very different beasts, though. In fact, like I would even go so far as to say that if you didn't like Pushmo, you might still like Crashmo, or vice versa. You might not like Crashmo if you like Pushmo because they're that different. I think they're both amazing. They're both super fun and addicting little puzzle games. Moving blocks around is like crack. I can't stop doing it.
Oh, he's doing it right now.
Yeah.
Stop it, Ricky! We're doing a thing.
I'm
We
moving
need
blocks.
Cut some mallow on your chin.
But I recommend it hardcore. It's super fun and addicting, and like once again, you can make your own puzzles. So there's infinite content.
Infinite content.
The one thing I have to say about Crashmo that I thought was, I want to say super disappointing, but it was the fact that it made me want more kind of makes it a positive thing. There's these puzzles in there called prototypes, and like the whole game, everything is only one block of depth. So like when you pull out a block, everything else falls down. That's how the whole game works. So you have to create ways. But the prototypes can have blocks with any amount of depth. And in fact, they build 3D like castles and tree houses and fucking dragons to climb on in 3D made of blocks. It was the most mind-blowing, amazing thing in the world, and you can't actually do that in your own custom puzzles. And there's only like 12 of the prototypes. And like I said, it was so disappointing that there were so few of them, but I have, at the same time, it's kind of a positive that there's something in the game that I was like, I would buy 100 of these. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of a positive and kind of a negative at the same time. That's, make of that what you will. But I would recommend Crash More Hardcore. It's wicked fun.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna complain about the fact that they hold your hand at the very beginning again, sit you
Yeah,
bazillion tutorials again.
Push Mode did that too, and it's really egregious. Like, both games, there's like an hour plus of just like, here's how to move and jump on blocks. Make sure that you can do that. Talk to me if you get stuck. And I'm just like, guys, I've been jumping on blocks since before you were Twinkle in Intelligent Systems I don't need you to tell me how to jump on blocks, but whatever.
That's Crash Mode.
Whatever, man.
Great games, regardless.
Yeah,
But,
I definitely want to get it.
Something big happened in November that we should
Yeah.
talk about. Call of Duty
Wait,
Black
Bayonetta
Ops
2 was
2
announced. I'm just kidding.
and Halo 4 were both released. That's a big deal. That's not what I'm talking about. We're not actually going to talk about the games. I'm talking about the Wii U. The Wii U came out in November. I don't have it.
Wii U.
So Ricky and Josh are the only ones that have it. So you two go ahead and talk
Yeah.
about the Wii U because I don't know anything.
We both got it for Christmas, so that's cool. I really like the Wii U. I'm very impressed so far, but I did not have a good first impression of it at all. At all. Obviously, I already knew about the giant right out of the box, the hour-long system update. I already knew about that, and that's garbage. But whatever. That's the way the industry's headed. There's nothing I can do about that. So I downloaded the big update, but see, I wasn't able to do that right away because I had to jump through friggin' hoops to get my Wii U online. I had to input the DNS server and the proxy server and the IP address. I had to input all this shit manually just to get it to connect. It could see my router. I could click on it. It was like, here's that's the name of my wireless router. Yep, that's the one I want you to connect to. And it was like, I can't connect to that. I don't know. And you gotta figure some shit out, man.
Nightshade can't do that.
Yeah. So I had to jump through friggin' hoops just to download the update. That took like an hour, and then I had to wait an hour for the update to download, and then it had to install, and that was garbo. And then I finally got it running up and smooth. I'm like, all right, let's check out some games. So I threw in Nintendo Land, which came with it, and I jumped right into, just because I happened to be facing it when I started, I jumped right into the F-Zero Captain Falcon twisty Wii controls driving game. And you have to hold it sideways, which I think is super stupid. And twice within the first minute of playing this game, it was like, controller, we lost it, you got to recalibrate it. I was like, you fucking kidding me?
Wow.
So I had a really terrible first impression of this console, really terrible. And in fact, I said to my dad, jokingly, but the fact that I said it at all is very telling. I said, I'm more impressed with the PSP so far.
Ouch.
Ta-da!
If you don't get the joke, I think the PSP is the worst designed console of all time. So, that I was joking, but that I would even think to say that is not good. But anyway, once I started using the console and playing the games more, I'm very impressed. Nintendo Land is super fun. I think it does a really good job of showing you what the tablet and the other features can do and stuff, and the asymmetrical gameplay that they've been hyping up. It does a really good job showcasing all that, and it's such a it comes from such a place of love, and it's such a love letter to all these diehard Nintendo fanboys like myself, that it's just impossible not to smile at. Even the stupid games like the F-Zero one and Octopus Dancing are just really charming.
Octopus Dancing's pain.
It's dumb, but it's really good. I think it's a better pack-in title than Wii Sports was for the original Wii.
I'd
It
agree
totally
with
is.
that.
Cool.
It's not gonna-
That's
Totally
good.
is.
It's not gonna move units like Wii Sports.
It's not going to move
No,
units
it's not.
like Sports, but it's
Not
if
the
you're going to get a
slightest.
Wii and you're going to like end up with Nintendo Land, you're in a good place. And
That's. I feel like that makes the deluxe version so much.
yeah,
Better.
it's totally worth it. Totally.
Yeah.
For all the other reasons as well.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
like the stuff with like posting to Miiverse is pretty cool. And
Oh.
like
I love
Oh.
Miiverse.
I haven't told you my favorite thing about it yet, which is like a stupid, it's not even like a major advertised feature of it, but like I swear it's gonna be impossible for me to go back to older consoles after only like 3 days of playing with the Wii U, because like you can use the gamepad like a remote control to control your TV. So I can straight up walk into my living room, the Wii U, the TV, everything's off. I can pick up the gamepad from the charging thing, turn on the Wii U, turn on my TV, switch my TV's input to the Wii U, and start playing a game without having to like bend over and mess with any switch boxes or turn on. I could do this all wirelessly after I've sat down. It's fucking amazing, and it's it sounds like I'm making a big deal out of nothing, but it's like like the heaven opens up over me every time I turn my Wii U on. Just turning on the console like makes me happy because it's so easy and awesome. And then when I turn it off, I can turn off the TV, switch the input back, turn my Wii U off again, all wirelessly without having to get up. It's super cool. But the games.
I wanted to say real quick about Miiverse. My neighbor has a Wii U. He got a basic bundle for some reason. I don't know. I guess he's not like into Nintendo Land. He thinks it's casual shit or whatever. But he said that Miiverse is like he said that I would like it because it's like Facebook without assholes.
I think it's more analogous to Twitter because there's like a character limit and stuff.
Could add pictures and pictures from the game.
I have to say, there's assholes
Oh,
everywhere.
no. Facebook and Swap Note. That's what he said. Facebook and Swap Note. Yeah. I like Swap Note.
Yeah, it is cool to like draw stuff, and people they have like a Facebook-ish like likes feature. They call them yes. So like, if I draw a silly picture of Mario getting crushed by a thwomp or whatever, I'll log on the next day and it'll say Josh has yahed your post, Tim has yahed your post or whatever. So that's neat. You can follow people like you could on Twitter and see all the stuff that they draw. You can go to the different like communities for each game and see everything that everyone's drawn about Batman or Nintendo Land or whatever, and that's really cool. In fact, when you die in New Super Mario Bros. U, it shows you like drawings that people drew based on the stage you're in currently. So sometimes you see stuff like, here's the third star coin, or like, how do you beat this? I can't do this. You get a lot of stupid kids who are like stupid kids, but it's cool. I think it's a neat feature.
I want to say, for the Batman Arkham City Armored Edition community, should draw a slideshow.
The frame rate's not that bad. Jesus, it's clearly not what it should be, but it's not that bad. It's playable.
Why don't you talk about it, Ricky? Talk about that and New Super Mario Bros. U and Scribblenauts Unlimited, because we got to get through these.
Okay, sorry. Batman. I never played Arkham City when it first came out. I never, in fact, played Arkham Asylum when it first came out. So I'm kind of way behind, on this. But
So you played Arkham Asylum?
no, dog, never. I always wanted to. I heard nothing but good things about them. And like playing Arkham City, I see why. It's fantastic. I mean, the frame rate's not what it should be, and I think that's really disappointing. But it still looks really nice. Like the controls are super tight. The gamepad just feels really comfortable in your hands. Like it's super ergonomically designed, and I love that. Not just for Batman, just in general. But it's a great game. I mean, I know it came out last year, but the Wii version came out this year, so that's my story. And I'm sticking to it.
Okay, you're cheating.
Wii U
I really
version.
liked Arkham City. Like I played it on the PS3 But I liked Arkham Asylum better because I felt like it felt more Metroidy.
It was in more of an enclosed space.
Yeah, exactly. It was more of an enclosed space, so like actually cared to like look in the little nook and crannies and stuff like that for like all the Riddler trophies and stuff.
I definitely
And
get
then
that.
Arkham City is like so big and stuff. It's just like I don't want to fly through everything.
I definitely get that, but not having played the first game for me, it's just so much fun just gliding around and grappling hooking everywhere. It's just
Oh
awesome
yeah, for sure, it's fun.
being Batman.
Yeah, you are Batman. I'm Batman.
Yeah, dude, those games do make you feel like Batman. I'm just like, wow, I'm fucking Batman.
The one thing I have to say that I don't like is like the camera is super close to you, and I don't have a way to like zoom it out. It's kind of like a over the shoulder third person type thing. Which
Yeah,
like,
when you
is-
like run and stuff, it zooms out. So
I know, but not as much as I would like. It feels a little like claustrophobic at times.
they zoom in a lot so you can see like the little bumps on Bruce's chin.
It's a great game. I see what the fuss is all about for sure. New Super Mario Bros. U
Sure, still a good game.
is really good too.
Yeah,
I feel like it's harder than the previous New Super Mario Bros. Games, which
much harder.
I don't think that's a bad thing at all. And
Hard
you know
is
they're
good.
very generous with the lives, so I'm always like, I gotta try this 12 more times. I'm really enjoying it a lot. It's not, there's not anything really new there. But the backgrounds are really pretty in HD, and like just today my dad was watching the Bears game and I was playing it on the gamepad, and that's just cool that I could do that.
Yeah,
So I mean, I definitely am enjoying myself with that one.
it's really
I
good.
guess one. I love the
I,
desert.
Yeah, that's awesome. Whoever came up with that should get a raise.
Genius. Fucking yeah.
I really like
Love
the
it.
Soda Jungle.
I'm not there yet.
That's where
Yes.
that one level is.
The levels in that game are cool, man.
The level design is as great as it was in Wii, which how can you dislike that? That's great. It's just not new. But whatever. I'm really having fun with it. It's just, what do they call that? Childlike wonder and fun.
Yeah. It does have Yoshi in it a little more than the Wii one did.
Yeah, but you still can't take him out of the stage. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
and that sucks.
You could take the baby Yoshis out of the stage, so that's
Yeah, which is strange.
The baby
'cause-
Yoshis are actually pretty fun. They have some goofy abilities. Those are pretty cool. Those are new. So the Waz are not new.
no,
That game has really good WPS.
What would that be, Ricky?
pause for a second.
Waz.
Worse. Damn.
Josh, you have Scribblenauts, right? Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty
talk
good.
about
I
that.
haven't played it much, so Ricky probably has more to say about it than
I
me.
don't think
I-
Ricky has it.
I don't own it. No.
Oh, it's Scribblenauts. There's more stuff. It's in HD.
That's one of the reasons I want it. The drawings just look so cool in HD.
Yeah.
I must say, Tim was really enjoying Scribblenauts Unlimited based on his posts on the forums. Which
Yeah.
is
A lot of things.
Posts on Miiverse about it. Yeah.
oh, bro.
I've seen his custom Kirby and Wreck-It Ralph on Miiverse, and they're actually quite good. I'm kind of
they really look like them.
I'm kind of surprised that the create an object tool is that good that he could make them to that degree of accuracy.
Don't get used
which-
to that though. It can't do that on the 3DS version.
3DS. Yeah, well, who cares? I want to get the Wii U version anyway because it's in HD, and it's got Nintendo characters.
I want it,
Yes.
but I don't have a Wii U, so it makes me really it's like if it weren't for the fact that the object editor is only on the Wii U version, I would already have it on the 3DS, and I'd be playing that
Yeah,
instead of
there's-
Code of Princess.
There's no reason to get the 3DS version at all.
That
It's
is
PC
pretty-
version.
Yeah,
That
the
is
Steam
pretty
the Steam version has the editor, doesn't it, Doc?
I didn't know there was a Steam version at all.
Yeah, you can get the PC version of this game on Steam. I don't like. I think they have the editor thing, but like, I've never like experienced it myself because I don't have the game on PC. But I've looked
Sure they
at the
don't
Steam
have Nintendo?
page. Of course. I've looked at the Steam page, and then it has like the Steam Workshop thing, where you could like for Team Fortress 2, you make like hats and shit, and like you model hats, and then you submit it or whatever, and people like vote it up and stuff, and then that gets put into the game. I'm not sure if it's similar. It might be. It might just be the edited thing.
Well, I don't know, but it is. I assume that the Steam version is more closely similar to the
The Wii U
Wii U
version.
version than it would be the 3DS version.
Yeah.
I have to say that's definitely the next game that I want to get.
Yeah, well, there's.
So
Well, get it for the Wii U, not 3DS. Nobody's gonna get
yes, I plan to. Yes.
it. So there's that.
Make sure you
For Zombie
specify it's for the Wii U,
Yeah.
because if you don't, they'll just grab the 3DS version off the rack.
No, nobody played Zombie U here. Done.
It didn't it get like a 5 out of 10?
It didn't get very
Who
good
cares?
reviews. No.
I think it got okay reviews. Like I said, my neighbor,
Yeah.
who has a Wii, he got Zombie U, and he says that game is not as bad as people say.
Yeah, you know,
Alright, it's not
I've heard-
fantastic.
I've heard that from a couple people that it's pretty decent, but you know, whatever.
It's supposed to be a game changer, man.
He
It's supposed to be a
says the
big
I
deal.
heard that it's
multiplayer-
like it tries to do everything, so it does everything, but just okay.
It doesn't.
Instead of having like all of the different things, instead of showcasing everything the Wii U can do really well, because everything the Wii U can do is in it, it's just okay.
Jack of
Go
all
ahead,
trades.
Matt. I hear you bouncing up and down over there.
Jack of all trades with the master of zero.
Just unable to control you.
What?
Understand you.
Oh, right. He's singing Brental Frost.
How did you know?
Because you guys were talking about it just the other day.
No, but how did
I
Ricky
actually
know?
haven't even seen the video.
How
of
did
it at
Ricky
all.
know? That's what I want to know.
I know you too well.
I was dying. I was waiting for an opening, man. I need.
Like
I
you
need.
like opened your mouth to breathe, and he started talking. I was like, "Oh my god, Matt is got to be dying inside right now that he can't do this." Anyway,
We need to see other people.
we need to see him.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm now applying for new friends.
Okay, pretty much. That's pretty much it for November. There were other
Nope.
games that came, but none of us played any of them.
Nope. PlayStation All Stars came out in November, buddy.
Derp. I'm a derp. Okay, go ahead.
That's gotta talk about that because that was a big deal.
That old pizza beer.
Yeah, gotta
Yeah.
talk about Pizza Beer. Me and Don
Do you
were
want me to?
really
Do you
excited.
want me
for
to
that
talk
game.
about it?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll join you.
Alright. I think that game is a lot of fun. It's not really catching on in like the fighting game community, really.
I don't think
But
it's
like,
really
I feel like
catching
it
on at all.
has the potential to like grow its own community. Like, because it's not really Street Fighter. It's not really like Marvel vs. Capcom. It's not really Tekken. It's not really Smash Bros.
It's not really
It's
anything.
sort of like a mash of these other games, and so it's its own thing. So, like I feel like for it to be more popular, it has to grow on its own.
Yeah, I hope it does because like the other
Yeah.
night when we were playing, we got like the same two dudes like 3 times, and like if that's any indication of what the online community is right now, that's not a good sign.
But when do we play that game, or when did we play against those guys? It was like super late at night.
Yeah,
right?
it was like 2 in the morning, but we did run into the same guys 3 times in a row, so it was a big deal.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah, but
That's some Goldie UK stuff right there.
yeah, but it's a really fun game. It's got a lot of potential. I think it's a great game to play with multiple people. It sucks like single player. Like it's bad.
Yeah.
Like
The single player content's pretty.
the arcade mode is
Pretty different.
terrible. It's stupid.
Matt, I know you've been playing Trials.
Yeah, I like the trials.
Yeah.
They're pretty much just all the same for every character, but like they're fun. They're a good way to like learn each character. The trials like they range from stuff like like master your level 1 super, like you get unlimited level 1, kill 10 people in the time limit, and then like there are other ones where you can only use moves mapped to the triangle button, and you have to gain meter by doing that. Like all the trials are different, and you have to they're just there to teach you how to use the characters, and I think that's cool. I've been playing them as all the characters I want to learn. I just did them. I haven't beat all of them with every character, but I just did a lot of them as Spike. Spike's awesome, by the way.
Yeah, I think Spike is great, but I suck as him.
I think he's really well rounded. Like he's got
He's
got
definitely
everything.
well rounded for sure.
He's got melee attacks. He's got keep away attacks. He's got everything. Spike's just got everything going for him.
Yeah. I do like Spike.
I don't have a PS3, but Spike is going to be my main.
I have to say, if the demo's like anything to go on, I don't know how much I'll like it.
Oh well, I think
But
it's fun.
I didn't really.
Well, what didn't you like about the demo?
He only played once.
Like, all right, the meter system's really interesting and everything, but it feels like the matches are. I don't know how to explain it.
Slow?
Yeah, almost.
I disagree.
I think there's a lot going on, especially when people actually know what they're doing, which I
Yeah,
don't.
and when
by the way.
you actually know what you're doing, and when you actually know how to do combos, you actually build meter extremely fast. So that gives you the potential to kill people extremely fast, and that gives you the potential to end matches really fast if you're not playing timed.
In the final game, they put the name over each character because that was one of my main problems
Like,
with the demo.
No, they
Like,
did not.
Who each
That
person
is
That
it
is.
is it is
Yeah.
kind of confusing.
Yeah, especially because it doesn't like zoom and pan the same way that Brawl does.
Smash Bros. Does?
Yeah, like Melee
That
zoom
was-
and pans a lot, and this game like
It-
has some really big stages, and it's easy to get lost.
That was
It
like
does
my
zoom
main.
in, just not like as I want to say as like dynamically as Smash Bros. Does.
No, it's especially confusing when you're fucking. There's 3 people, and like they're
All
Cole,
Mark Kratos.
Evil Cole, and Nathan Drake, and they all just look exactly the same, and you have no idea.
All the generic guys.
Yeah, no idea who's who. It can be a little.
That was one of my main problems with the demo. That and crap, I forgot where it was going. Bail it out.
Fair enough.
The demo made me really excited, and that's why I really wanted it. And now I play with Don every once in a while, and I've been playing it by myself. The arcade mode is just bad, and like it's really buggy too.
Yeah, I was gonna eventually get to that. Right now, like it's extremely buggy. Like just playing online, the way that they structured the sort of online infrastructure for the game, it's like half local and half like server side, I suppose. Like it's really weird, but like what you end up with is like characters like not doing or anything, and then they like teleport, and they're like, oh my god, they fucking killed you or some shit.
Yeah, and you don't even see them coming, or like sometimes stages won't load properly, portraits don't show up.
Yeah, you'll be readying for a fight for
ready
the
fight,
entire match.
ready fight, ready fight, ready fight. That happened to us the whole 3
Yeah,
minutes.
It happened to me twice. It wasn't just once. Ready fight. Ready fight. Ready fight.
And like, I don't know if this is I feel like this is a problem just all around. I don't know if it's just on our side, but like whenever there's a party, I can't seem to stay in it with Don.
Yeah. That's happened to me with multiple people that I played with. Whenever we like end a match, and we're supposed to like ready at the end or whatever,
Sometimes
and then
it won't let you.
Peter returns. Yeah, it doesn't let you.
And
It doesn't like, even though Matt has pressed like ready, it doesn't say that he's ready on my side,
yeah, it's the
and
same
so
thing with
I
you.
get to just return. Before, I feel like it was the patch that like broke it. Before it would ask me like, are you like, do you want to like actually return without your teammate being ready? Because then you actually just leave the party or whatever.
But instead now every time
It
like
just fucking glitches.
yeah, if it doesn't glitch up, like we'll be in the same room and that's fine. But if it does glitch up, Don has to re-invite me every single time, and that's fucking obnoxious.
Also, they have this like sort of ranking system for their like rank shit. I've played ranked a little bit, and I'm supposed to have like this green belt or whatever. and it's extremely finicky. Like
Sometimes
it
they'll
won't
have it,
show
sometimes
like
it
that I
won't.
have that green belt. It'll like appear on somebody else's during the loading screen. Like they'll have my green belt, and I'm just like, no, that's me.
Yeah.
Matt will have it. And I'm just like, Matt's never played a ranked game.
I've played 3 now. Thank you very much.
Okay, I don't think that's enough to actually
No,
get ranked.
it's not. I don't have a belt, but I might when I play online with you. Yeah, it's a buggy game, and that just goes back to what we were talking about with I don't remember what game we were talking about, but fucking game developers
It's
just release games, and
Oh.
we're the
Yeah.
bug testers. We're testing the bugs. But the developers of this game clearly show an interest in keeping it like going. So
They have a
they're
lot
gonna
of love for the game.
they're gonna
for sure.
patch it for sure. I feel like they're looking into patching it. I mean, they're already making free DLC characters.
Yep.
So
Cat and Emmett. Nobody knows who Emmett is, and
nobody knows who Cat is.
Yeah, see, that's how you do
most people
DLC.
don't know who Cat is. Yeah.
It
Say
should
what?
be. I said that's how you should do DLC. Make it
I think
free.
it should just be free
A
entirely. but
labor
they're
of
making-
love.
They're making it like free for a limited time, like sort of how Nintendo's doing it,
And then you have to pay for it if you're
Yeah.
too late.
and that just doesn't make sense to me. Everyone's just gonna get it free when they can.
Just make it free anyway. Yeah, well, like fucking Omar Kindle himself was even saying, like, hey, it's gonna be free, so even if you don't have the game, just download it now and then get it later. Like, he's the fucking director of the game, and he's telling you, like, it's gonna be free for those 2 weeks. Go get it for free. I don't care if you don't have it, just download it. Like, you think he'd be
I
like,
think what they're trying to do is trying to get like that interest in that game. You know, like for a limited time, you can only like you have to get it.
Mhm.
So that like forces people to be like, hey, you know what, I gotta check out this game for this like amount of time. You know, well I can't.
but,
I think it's a pretty interesting scheme, but I feel like just make it free.
yeah, DLC is
Save people the
it's
trouble.
a tricky situation. It's a finicky topic. But PlayStation All Stars is a lot of fun. It's got a
Yeah.
terrible name. And
Yeah, it does. But like the thing is with the name, supposedly PlayStation All Stars is supposed to be like a new type of like branding. Like there's gonna be like a probably PlayStation All Stars cart maybe.
PlayStation All Stars Kart Royale. Yeah, but it's a good game. It needs some work, but it's still fun.
Yeah,
It'll hold me over until the next Smash Brothers. Let's put it that way.
yeah, that's for sure. Definitely give it a chance. Even if like your favorite orange animal or purple dragon is not in the game, blame Activision. But check out the game. You might pick up a character that you might not necessarily think you would like, but you might like how that character plays. Like I wasn't expecting to like Sir Daniel. Matt was super excited about Sir Daniel, but I ended up really liking Sir Daniel myself.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Sir Daniel fan.
Yeah.
To play as him.
Yeah.
Actually, was
We like
surprised
him
that
as a character.
yeah, I like him as a character. I'm glad he's in the game because he's just kind of obscure and old school, and that's awesome. Like the game's not just filled with Kratos. I mean, it is, but it isn't. So that's cool. That game's fun. You should play it. Play with me and Don. It'd be great.
Yep.
We'll bug out.
Please patch.
Yeah, please patch.
Ready, fight. Ready, fight.
Yes.
Ready?
I guess that's it for November. I mean, we didn't play either of the Epic Mickey games. Apparently, they weren't good. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
And Sonic and All Stars.
that was apparently good, but I haven't played it. So
Yeah,
sorry.
none of us
Plays,
have played it.
Team Fortress characters.
Yeah, you can. That's
That's pretty cool.
That
And
is-
Danica Patrick.
yeah, and Danica Patrick, the ultimate Sega All Star,
And Wreck-It Ralph.
the ultimate Sega All Star.
That also
Yes.
happened in November.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happens in November. Last year was big for November too. It had like Rayman Origins and like Call of Duty and Ultimate Marvel. Like just I think another Assassin's Creed game came out in November of last year.
Brotherhood?
Yeah,
Oh,
was that the
jeez.
one? Like everything
don't
ever
know.
came out last November. But anyway, let's move on to December. There was only one game that I could think of, and that was Street Fighter Cross Mega Man.
It's not even commercial. It's
No,
panicking.
it was completely free.
It's just
But-
this is Capcom like, please, sorry,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
We're so sorry.
above us, please.
You know, I don't even care. I don't even care because it was anything. It was a new thing with Mega Man in it, and that's more than Capcom themselves is going to give us. So
Ever again.
I will gladly. And it was really fun. I mean,
Yeah,
it
it
was.
pretty good.
It was made with love. The level design was really good. I noticed a lot of like Mega Man sort of like teaching you as you play through the level, level design. So that was really good. Bosses were really hard, and
I
That's
feel like
good.
the bosses are kind of random. They're kind of mad random. They kind of scrub you up. Full screen hurricane kicks.
yeah, that's how Ryu gets around.
Yeah, he doesn't walk. He just fucking hurricane kicks.
Yeah.
What a scrub.
To be honest,
And he
wouldn't
scrubs me
you-
up.
yeah, if you could levitate in the air just by spinning around, wouldn't you do it all the time?
And all you had
Just
to do was
over.
say Tatsubox and Booka.
That part would be a little hard the first couple
Yeah.
days.
That might take some practice.
Oh,
I
by the way, the little like sound effects that they got in there, the little voice
Yes.
NES style.
with, like
Effects.
false
Yeah.
voice samples where they just like made Ryu say "Brrrr."
Yeah,
is super charming.
yeah, it's
They-
great.
They really nailed that. The whole 8-bit feel to that game is full on, and it's great. I loved it. I mean, it's the best free game I've ever played. Nah, maybe not, but it's fucking really good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm glad it's actually done. It's actually finished.
Yeah, a lot of
The
fan,
fan
games
game
don't get
actually
finished.
got released. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, by the company that
yeah. They actually endorsed it though. That's pretty cool.
it's pretty awesome. Street Fighter got top billing though.
Yeah, that bothers me because
It's
you
a
play
Mega
as
Man.
Mega Man. Yeah, it's not a Street Fighter game with Mega Man in it. It's a Mega Man game with Street Fighter in it.
It actually should be called Mega Man versus Street Fighter.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah,
It's Street Fighter cross Mega Man.
whatever.
Mega Man came first though too, right? Or did
Um,
the first Street Fighter?
I wanna
Mega
say
Man and
same
Street
year.
Fighter are both 25 years old
Right.
this year. So
Yeah.
but
Street Fighter
like,
came first.
which one? Okay, Street Fighter.
Mega
was-
Man's first.
Maybe
big.
that's why it got like top billing.
no, it got top billing because they figured they'd get more people to care.
Yeah.
Because Capcom cares about Street Fighter, but not Mega Man. Only Street Fighter and Resident Evil.
Well, we're gonna do a let's play of that eventually.
Yes.
What's Mega Man?
We should do that one.
A lot of-
Especially since Ricky can beat it now.
Well, so can Phil.
Yeah.
A lot of people have asked us to do Let's Play that, and we are planning to. So be patient because we have a lot of stuff in the pipeline. But we will do it. I promise.
Yep.
We promise.
You promise?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Kyle.
No!
Brain couch.
It's a wonderful thing. The brain couch.
It'll catch on.
That about covers stuff that came out this year. But
Yeah, that's pretty much 2012 in a nutshell
real,
for us.
Those are new games.
As quickly and briefly as we can, we're going to touch on some old games that we just happened to play for the first time this year.
Let's go first.
Why don't you go first?
Ricky?
Yeah.
Okay, the only game that didn't come out this year that I played for the first time this year that wasn't Batman was Dissidia Duodecim for the PSP. And I mean, I think it's really great. I think it's better than the first one. It is the first one, but with new stuff. It's more of an expansion pack, really. But whatever. I bought it for cheap. I got it for like $19. And it had, I wanted the new characters and the new levels, and I got them, and they were awesome. So I was very happy with it. And one thing that I really liked about it over the first game was that they made it much easier for you to level up your characters. Because, it's a fighting game, but it has, the RPG elements because it's Final Fantasy. But, in the first game, I only got, 3 characters to level 100, and in this game, I have over 20 at level 100 now. They just made it so much easier to do that. So that's cool. I enjoy that, I would definitely say pick it up if you can get it for cheap because it's a really good game. And Josh also got that game this year.
Yeah, that was the only new or
game.
old new game I played this year. So ditto what Ricky said.
Hi,
Oh,
Phil.
the new world map is really cool too.
Oh,
Hi,
yeah.
Phil.
What's up, Phil?
Sorry, there's been a grave error.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, man.
He told you the wrong time.
Yeah.
Oh.
So sorry.
Sure, sorry.
We're actually wrapping up. We're talking about games that didn't come out this year, but that we played this year. So, if you have any to add, you're more than welcome.
That didn't come out this year.
If you want, you could talk about your favorite game that did come out this year, since you weren't here for the rest of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably already been talked about.
Talk about it anyway.
I don't know what my favorite game is this year. I played a lot of games, but I didn't really enjoy any of them. I mean, not.
We've all been there.
Well, you've got the Wii U at only £255 right now.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's still actually it's considerably cheap, but I just don't want to spend that much money on it. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna buy it.
Well,
Not yet, at least.
you think about that. I played, for the first time this year, I played Uncharted 1 and 2. Those were really good games. I liked them a lot. They're very cinematic. They very much feel like you're on an adventure. And I really like that a lot. I also like that there's really no loading screens. It's just like cutscenes and then you're back right on the action. It's really cool. I got the third one for Christmas, so I'm going to play that eventually.
Cool.
Nice.
How about multiplayer?
The multiplayer, who cares? I played Metal Gear Solid for the first time this year. Yeah, I finally stepped into the mysterious world of 1998.
I didn't think you could bring up a game older than Uncharted. You proved me wrong in Jump Ultimate Stars.
Yeah, I played Metal Gear Solid for the first time, and that's a game. That's a great game. I'm glad.
Is it still playable?
Yeah,
The
it's,
first one.
well, I played the GameCube remake,
Oh, sure, yeah.
which is
Sticks.
pretty much the same thing.
Well, I heard it's way easier because you have all the options available to you in number 2 that you should be able to do.
I
Yeah,
heard
there
it
are,
was
like,
way easier
weapons
because
and
the AI is bad.
Well, I was able to beat it, so I mean, what does that tell you? I also played Sly Cooper, the first one, again because we were planning on doing a thing for the channel.
You know they're
And-
making a second one.
And in preparation for that thing that we were planning to do, I played through Sly
Yeah,
Cooper.
then it got delayed and just like, whatever.
And then we decided not to do that thing. So, but I still enjoyed it.
Yep.
So, what ifs. That's about it. I played some download games. Who cares? What did you play, Don?
I played Catherine for the first time. I really loved it. I borrowed it from a friend, and I only played it through it once. I didn't get too many endings. Just one. I tried playing it on hard at first, but then I kicked my ass. It was like that mode literally tells you, this is a mode for masochists, and I was like, yeah, I'm a masochist. And then it turns out that hard mode is actually supposed to be the mode that you play after you play the normal mode. Like from the get-go, it assumes that you know everything that you should have learned in normal mode. But I didn't get that. So. And then I went back and played normal, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. It made me really think about marriage and stuff. I've never really thought about that before.
It's like 2 games almost.
How so?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the arcade game.
No, I mean
Oh.
you have the balancing Catherine and Catherine with a K, and all the crazy anime stuff, and then that's completely separate to the block pushing minigame, which is actually what you do.
I thought the block pushing
Oh, yeah,
minigame was
yeah.
the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he's talking about-
it's all in service to this this other story, which is totally unrelated to pushing blocks around.
Right. You're right. It is kind of like two different games. But I like both.
Yeah. Well, before I played it, I only knew about it's some sort of story about this woman named Catherine. I had no idea that what you actually did was push blocks around.
I don't think many people thought that it would be about pushing blocks. I think they were just like, oh, this bitch is sexy. I'm okay with that. So,
Well, with the cover like that, what
I know,
what are you
man.
supposed to think?
I love pizza. There's artwork with the Catherine with the C.
Yeah, that's it.
Where she's eating pizza. Yeah.
Huh.
I see.
Let's see. Did anybody talk about Resident Evil 6?
Briefly,
Oh,
but
yes.
if you
Yeah.
want to add something, go ahead. Since you played through the whole game and we only did the
Demo.
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 Game of the year.
Oh yeah?
Game of the year.
Why? Why is it Game of the Year?
Let's see. What I have a lot of list here. I didn't like Borderlands 2, so it's not that one. I didn't like Dishonored. That game was I wasn't as fun as I thought it would be. I didn't like Spec Ops: The Line. I thought the story was good, but you can't make the story the first thing you think about in a game. It has to be fun to play beforehand.
What about XCOM?
I liked XCOM, but I played a very original 1994 XCOM for the few weeks before it came out, and it just made it was so much better than the new XCOM. I thought, oh,
It's sort of like soured you on it, huh?
yeah,
That's
Assassin's Creed 3 sucks.
Bold.
Final Fantasy
Well,
13 2
thanks.
sucks.
Yes, it does.
That was the first game we talked about.
Nice.
How about Sleeping Dogs? You said you.
Oh yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
have that on my list for some reason. So I like Sleeping Dogs. Yeah. That's actually way better than Resident Evil 6. But then so are the following games. Final Fantasy Theatre Rhythm, Kid Icarus Uprising, Faster Than Light, Hotline Miami, Paper Mario Sticker Star, and which just happened to be the first game that I had played, which was on Wikipedia's 2012 in video gaming, Katawa Shoujo. Which I
What
don't
is-
know if really counts.
Katawa or Kawata?
It's Katawa.
I don't know what that is.
It translates out to Cripple Girls, and it's a dating sim.
It's a dating sim visual novel game made by 4chan where you fuck.
Oh, I've heard of that. That was
Yeah.
super controversial because it's pretty much just porn. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, it's really not though. That's the thing. The porn scenes are almost an afterthought. It's really just about building a relationship with this girl who happens to be disabled,
I see.
and then as a
Wow.
bonus to that, you get to have sex with them.
As a bonus.
Yeah,
You know, that is pretty tame as dating sims go.
especially if one's created by members of 4chan.
Yeah, I have to say.
Are there any pigeons in this game?
Have you played Hatofu Boy?
No.
I want to see if Phil's game's on that one.
That came out in North America this year, so we could talk about it.
Nobody's played that game.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Phil, I want to know why Assassin's Creed 3 sucks, because that was the first Assassin's Creed game I actually was interested in.
There's a lot of things. The series has gotten really bloated, where the first game, it was just about assassinating people, right? So it didn't have a lot to it, and you did the same sort of missions over and over again, 7 times in a row. There would be first pickpocket a guy, then eavesdrop on a conversation, then collect some flags for no reason, and then it would be, okay, now you can kill this guy. And the second one, they added more story, so you had more missions where you didn't do anything that was even remotely assassin-like, but it at least led you forward towards getting your next assassination. And as it went on and culminating in number 3, it's really not about assassinating people at all. So much of the game is just tedious bullshit walking around, collecting stupid trinkets which don't get you anything unless you collect all 300 of them. They had this huge overworld map thing, which just takes ages to walk through, which would be fine if there was anything to do in them. So you just abuse fast travel, so you don't really see any of the game. And just everything's really unpolished. The one instance I have talked about on my Phil's games, which is you can check now. Actually, by the time you see this, it'll be finished. So you can see all 366 pointless entries in a row. But the thing I talked about there is you get like notifications to read things, like little bits of information, history about wherever you are. Say if you pass by a historical building, it'll say, oh, you can read about this. But if you actually do go and read about it, the notification doesn't go away for like 10 seconds, which is just really bad design. They sort of put everything together, but they didn't polish any of it. So the combat's really shit. You hold down, you like just stand there, and if someone attacks you, you press the counter button and they die instantly, and you just do that until everybody's dead.
Wow.
That's how you design a game.
Yeah,
Good game.
it's just really unpolished.
I
But
thought
you-
about buying
but-
that. I'm glad I didn't.
Do you get to kill George Washington?
I actually did, like, accidentally.
How does that happen?
You're a true patriot.
Fuck, man.
There's
Murdered
one
the
mission.
father of a nation.
I killed the president.
Yeah. Well, it's before he's president, like it's
Yeah.
it's early times. So I'm playing a
Did
mission
you
where
become
have to,
president?
I don't think so. Maybe it's like something I missed. There's like a side mission where you go into some base and you have to steal like a map or something. But if you want, you can like go about the base and like kill other people. But one of the people in that base is George Washington, and if you kill him, it like game's over. It's like you created a time paradox.
Yeah.
Game over. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason I like even had a passing interest in it was because it was like American history, and like I thought that was kind of neat.
It is pretty neat.
But apparently,
Especially
it's
for me,
not
who
good.
knows nothing about American history, to
Right.
get the sort of, because they sort of like shoehorn the main character into every major event of the American Revolution.
Yeah.
Now you know
I was
everything about American history.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
especially
that
all the
it
killings.
was, it was a secret assassination plot to dump the tea at Boston Tea Party. It wasn't related to taxes at all. It was actually because the Templar Knights were trying to get into a secret base in the future.
Future ninjas.
Yeah,
Good
Yeah.
game.
yeah. No, it's not like it. It's alright.
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out when it's cheap, just for that like
Yeah,
element of it.
yeah.
But anyway,
Totally.
we were talking about old games that we
Oh,
played.
should I continue with my
Yeah,
stuff?
if you want. I mean, I was gonna ask somebody else, but if you want to keep going, go ahead.
Other games that I played this year, before I played Sleeping Dogs, I played Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. I mentioned earlier that I like Arkham Asylum better than Arkham City because it felt more tighter packed. Like, it felt like a nice package.
That's what you said.
A tighter packed,
Yeah,
nice
tighter,
package.
like, well put together thing. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
how to explain it.
Mhm.
But I felt more,
You
Was
felt more focused.
more motivated to do stuff because it was smaller, like on a smaller scale. Like I would be able to find like all the riddles and stuff like that. And it felt more like a Metroid game to me, and I love Metroid games. Also, the combat's really nice. But hold on. In Arkham City, they do improve the combat, and that's good.
Yep.
Yep.
I
Good
know.
games.
I know for a fact that Jess has been playing a lot of Skyrim
Minecraft.
I do.
and Minecraft.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, Minecraft's been my my crack lately. It's much. I kind of avoided it for a while because it just looked kind of mediocre. But I regret that. I wish I had gotten it sooner. Actually, and Skyrim has finally like I feel like most of the bugs that I had, like when I first got it, have been patched by now. I understand, like for the PS3, it's still kind of broken, but like so far, I haven't had any problems with it, so that's good. I started over again, and I think it's a lot of fun. But I'm a little biased. I like sandbox games, so, and I'm an Elder Scrolls fan, so there's that.
I also got a PS3 this year.
Yeah,
Not that long ago, like 2 days ago.
yeah, a couple of days ago, actually.
Need to add
And I
you on
haven't
my.
played on it just yet.
Need to add you on my PlayStation Network. Well, I guess
No,
you
I
need to
plan
make
on
one
going
first.
out tomorrow and getting some games for it. Little Big Planet obviously is at the top of my list, and probably PlayStation All Stars as well.
Nice.
Yay!
Nice.
So I'll get to finally play with you guys.
Yay!
That'll be awesome.
I've also played like this. This is not a new game, obviously, but I did finally download and play the HD remake of Knights, which, needless to say, is amazing. So.
Hey, I downloaded that today too, but I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out as well.
It's got a lot of neat, like nostalgic value to it as well. Like you can play the HD remake, or you can play like the old Sega Saturn blocky texture pack as well. And they've got a little bit of Christmas Nights, which I never owned, so they were like impossible to get. So I'm glad I got a little taste of that.
Yeah.
That's
I never played Knights. I never fucking had a Sega Saturn. And I didn't bother to read like the instruction before I played Knights HD, and I didn't know what was going on.
Gosh, yeah. Well, that's pretty much how I played the original Sega Saturn. Like I dove right in, I didn't know what the hell to do, but eventually, like I figured out, like, oh, I just fly around and loop around shit that I want to collect. Okay,
Yeah,
that's simple enough.
yeah, it's interesting. It's
Yeah,
it's definitely weird. It is dreamlike. I'll say.
It's a very strange game.
Well,
But like they had a video in the HD remake that would like they had the developer talking about how they actually wanted it to be dreamlike, and for Knights to be like, because you were playing as a boy character or a girl character, they wanted a character that could be gender neutral. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Gives some like a good idea of what they had in mind when they were making it. I think that's neat.
I always
Yeah.
wondered what Knights was.
Knights is just a thing, basically. He's just
It's a thing.
yeah, basically that. There's really no way to describe him, and I love that. I love him for that. Like he's so unique and different, and I love that. Like it's not something you typically see nowadays. Like I know Knights is androgynous. Like he doesn't have a gender, but I've always called him a he out of habit. Like, either way, it wouldn't really bother me. Like I love this game so much, and I'm glad that people like can, like those who didn't own a Sega Saturn get to play it now.
Yeah, like me. I've wanted to play it for a long time. In fact, I really want a Sega Saturn just to have it. But like,
Yeah, if
they're
you
not
have a
exactly
Sega
cheap. So.
Oh no.
But I'm glad I get to experience Knights on
Yeah.
the HD
Yeah.
remake.
There's been a few HD remakes out this year.
Yeah, I also got Jet Set Radio. Haven't played that yet.
Oh,
either.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
And
That's
Sonic
awesome.
Adventure 2 because it came with the bundle. So I'm
Did you play that?
Yeah.
no, I haven't even downloaded that one yet, but
Uh.
I plan to. I'm gonna play those. There was a lot of like collections released this year. You're right, like the Ratchet and Clank collection, the God of War collection, the Infamous collection, Killzone.
Lot of shit.
Speaking of collections, I got Metal Gear Solid HD collection, and I played Snake Eater for the first time, and it was pretty awesome, man. Like,
Yeah,
awesome.
I played fucking all three of those games in the HD collection for the first time.
oh, yeah?
I was
Very good.
surprised by all of them. I thought they were all really good. Same with this actually came out in 2011. I just checked, but I've been playing Ico and Shadow of the Colossus HD collection, which
Oh, yeah.
Good.
I found that
two
for like super cheap.
really
online. I
good
thought-
games.
Almost bought it.
Especially Shadow of the Colossus is
That
is-
game is pretty. It's pretty significant in terms of like the industry.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always up
Yeah.
there whenever people talk about like greatest games of all time. Like Shadow
mean,
of
it's-
Colossus is going to come up.
It's-
I have
it's
to
huge.
admit, I missed out on Shadow of Colossus. I need to pick that game up.
You can
It's
get the
awesome.
collection.
yeah,
Yeah,
and now
awesome.
it's actually in a playable frame rate. It's not like 10 frames per second constantly.
Yep. Unlike the PS2 version. So it's
Yeah.
actually better on the PS2 version.
Excellent.
That's a first.
Yeah.
I played Phantom Hourglass finally.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Nice.
played that after Spirit Tracks.
Yes,
did.
yes.
I guess that doesn't matter.
No, not really. But he said he was looking for it, so you
Yeah, I
finally
know.
found it. And what'd you think?
I thought it was really good. I actually enjoyed Spirit Tracks more, probably because of like the fact that Zelda is half of the playable character in this
Yeah,
one.
I didn't even play Spirit Tracks, but that is super awesome. That's my favorite thing about Spirit Tracks.
It still doesn't mean that Phantom Hourglass wasn't a great game because I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Nice.
And,
Yeah.
that reminds me, I played Skyward Sword for the first time this year.
Oh, that's right.
That was on our channel. Even.
Yeah, go watch that.
Fucking everything.
Man, do you already regret it?
No,
Yeah.
I don't regret it. It's great.
I think that game is super fantastic. I recently, I've been reading other people's opinions of that game. Like it's like a late to the party topic on NeoGAF. I think I don't know. They talk about Skyward Sword all the time on that forum, complaining or claiming for it. Yeah, it's sort of like it's either really good or it's like the worst Zelda game ever made.
Yeah, that seems to be the consensus.
So it's like.
But I actually think it's pretty good.
I think it's great.
I love it.
It's just got a lot of bullshit. And
I think it would be better
we did
if
whole
you could
videos on that bullshit.
Yeah.
if they fixed some few things. It would be the perfect game if they fixed some minor nuisances.
Yeah,
Got rid of
got
some
rid,
of the padding,
got rid of
yeah.
some of the padding and got rid of some of the unnecessary waggle. It's not even like the combat waggle is fine, even though I'm still terrible at it. But like the unnecessary waggle that when you're like jumping
On
up
train cars.
vines or using mine carts or walking across tight ropes, like all of that is
Yeah.
so unnecessary.
Mhm.
Just get rid of it. Oh, and the fucking keys to open the boss doors. Fuck that
Oh
shit.
my god.
Yeah, the keys
yeah.
is the biggest.
You guys had more trouble with it than I did.
I don't care. It's still terrible.
Yeah.
I
a
didn't
dumb-
have a
it's just-
problem with that at all.
I'm with
It's-
Kyle on this. I didn't have trouble with it either.
I think it's
Regardless
terrible.
of whether you had trouble with it or not, it's still like a dumb, unnecessary concept. Like, come on, there's absolutely no need for it.
Yeah, like,
Neither of you fuckers can sit here and tell me oh, that was my favorite part of the game.
But I didn't say it was the worst.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I'd rather click on the door and have it open.
Yeah, right. Old school stuff.
The game is not made worse because of it.
I don't necessarily agree. I think that's a flaw against it personally. But you know what?
It's a minute detail.
It's a pain.
It's
But
still,
yeah, still, there are
unnecessary.
little things that are a problem, or problems in that game that could have been easily fixed, and it would have been a much
Better
more
game for it.
perfect game if it was.
It would have been a
I think
nice,
they fixed
tight,
it.
complete package.
And a lot of those things can be fixed. You can turn off Fi using cheat codes via home.
Oh
And
boy.
I want to replay Skyward Sword without Fi.
Well,
Yeah.
you do that.
And
the
there
only
is a little
time-
too much
I want to
handholding
play
there.
without Fi. I just want to play with less Fi.
Yeah. The only time Fi ever
Less
bothered me
handholding.
was when my batteries were dying. That's all. That's the only time I noticed it. I noticed Navi a lot more.
I don't think I
Oh,
ever
my-
noticed Navi. I think the Navi problem is greatly overstated.
Yeah, it's just her voice. That's all that anybody
Yeah.
ever remembers. But anyway, we're running really long here.
Yeah, extra
Yes.
long. Phil came in just as we were starting to wind down.
Yeah, we need to stop.
Yeah.
So that was 2012 in gaming.
But we're not going to talk about upcoming year.
Oh, well, briefly,
Sure.
What we're excited about.
DMC. There you go. That's what we're
Yeah,
excited
DMC,
about.
guys, we're super excited about DMC. I'm ready for completely half naked Dante. We're ready for it.
Completely half.
Oh.
Yes,
Yes,
completely
it's,
half.
Completely.
As opposed
Full
to
frontal
sort
half
of
nudity.
half.
It's a joke. People who were there, they know. They know why I said that.
I'm
Matt
excited.
and Jess and Josh and I know.
I'm excited for the same thing that I was excited for the last podcast we had, Luigi's Mansion and Animal Crossing. It's the
Yeah,
same
funny
stuff.
Hurry up.
Funny that
Come
those two
on.
are still the
Come
ones
on.
that are calling for us.
It's
Oh,
always
dude, I'm super
Uh,
excited about
One League
Monster
expansions.
Hunter.
Oh yeah, try Ultimate or
Yeah, try
3 Ultimate. I don't know what they're calling it here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going for. See, the 3 Ultimate or try
Sounds
Ultimate.
better, so I
Mhm.
hope they call it that.
I want the 100 full 101,
Yes,
Ah,
that looks
Pikmin 3.
amazing.
and I did it on purpose that time.
I can't not do it on accident now.
Yeah, I want Bayonetta 2. I have to play the first one in first, but I'm excited for Bayonetta 2 actually.
Yeah, me too.
Gotta buy it. Show those haters up.
Yeah, exactly.
Haters.
Support Platinum Games, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anarchy
Oh,
reigns.
dude, fucking Platinum Games. They're like releasing Metal Gear Solid, not Metal Gear Solid, excuse me, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance
Revengeance. Yep.
and Anarchy Reigns early next year. I really want to check out those games. So
I've already
love
got
Platinum
one
games.
pre-ordered.
I have both pre-ordered.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm a fuck.
Yes.
I might
That's
cancel.
like a little song you got going there. You could iron that up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll new hit record.
Yeah, let's turn that into something.
Cats
A
love
new
diamonds. Stick it in
record.
your butt. Okay. That's we're done. We're done. That was it.
2012.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was 2012. If you stuck with us this long, bless you.
Coming up on 3 hours here, so. Good night, everybody.
The
Yeah,
world
enjoy
did not
2013.
end with us.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
did it?